Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast. Another watch along. Hopefully, another win this today. FA Cup quarter final. Chance for the semi final at a behind closed doors Wembley semi final. I'm joined by Kenny Ken and the Ruthless Gooner at the moment. Richard is on his way. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me on.
You know, it's Kenny, how you doing?
I'm all good. Like bag of nerves whenever we play.
Yeah.
A lot. David Luiz. One thing is David Luiz is starting. I think a lot of Arsenal fans need to remember that he's, in terms of like centre halves, he's probably been our best centre half this season. But because of what happened in City, that sort of flies away in the memory bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are your thoughts on Ozil being complete? The back injury returning again.
Go, Dad. I know you want me to go first, but no, go on, Ruthless.
Go on.
The first pick first.
I think he's just making up excuses again. He's not fit enough to play, so he's just, just talking bullshit.
I think in terms of Mesut Ozil is that, this is like the fourth game now. Where he's not involved, like, he's not even involved in a cup game. So, I don't want to be a speculist, right? But if we were to be a conspiracy theory, the narrative is that during this lockdown, we've asked players to take sort of a deferral of their wages or wage cut, whatever you want to take it. And he was the one who was named publicly as one who refused to do that. He wanted to see the club's finances. So it seems to be a bit of coincidence that he's now not part of the squad. That could be it. It could be footballing reasons. But both Arteta, who a lot of fans who are behind, and Unai Emery, who's very much maligned, have both left Mesut Ozil out of their squads. So whether that's a coincidence or not, I don't know. But it just shows you one thing, is that both managers seem to be the same ilk. They want to play sort of a tracking back style of play when we don't have the ball. They want like a fast press and fast possession. And both of them have left Mesut Ozil outside.
Hi, Richard. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. I still haven't got over the team yet.
No, I was just saying. We were just talking about the Ozil obviously not being in the squad at all, and maybe that could be linked to obviously the wage referral back in the start of the lockdown.
Yeah, maybe
It's got to be something, because literally before the lockdown, he was in the Ozil squad and playing most of the time. And all of a sudden, 4 games back, he's either not in the squad at all or on the bench and doesn't play.
I don't understand it.
And now the rumours of a back injury have come back again.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, Rich, don't you think it's similar to what Unai did? That Unai Emery, like I said, left him out for the same sort of reason, and that when Mikel started playing on the side, he found a position for him, which, let's be honest, it works when we're on top of games, when we have loads of possession. But we don't have possession. And teams work us out. In the second half, he was always substitute, which means there isn't actually a place for him in Mikel's system. But he's just trying to find a place for him because he's a senior player and because he feels that he's got a bit of talent. But you still have, football's all about systems now, isn't it, Rich?
No, it is. I agree. And maybe Ozil doesn't fit the system, but he was playing well, I thought, before the lockdown, wasn't he? He'd had a few good games, and it's like, what suddenly changed now?
Melina says hi, by the way. It's Melina.
Oh, so you know what? Thanks, Melina. Thanks for your nice words. I was actually on minute 450 of the quiz, and I don't know who won it because I want to find out. But one thing I would say though, Richard, is that I would definitely have got the one of the questions about the guy who has a soccer academy in Shanghai. I would have got that out of the second clue.
To be honest with you, I said at the time you'd have got quite a few quicker than what I did, actually.
Yeah.
But I took advantage of the fact you wasn't there.
No, but I'll say one thing though.
Yeah.
I know when you watch the quiz, when you're watching it, you tend to hesitate because I was just like a viewer, and I was like very nervous watching it, and even though it had been done, but when I'm there, the adrenaline makes you think a bit quicker. Like for instance, there were times when I answered the questions a bit quickly when I was watching it yesterday, and I thought, "Oh, you idiot!" And then the second clue kind of gave it away. So that's one thing I've learned. Take your time.
I mean, I knew the other day. I knew the other day because you wasn't there. I could maybe wait slightly longer because I knew you coming early. So I was maybe waiting for an extra clue before I sort of said it really a couple of times when I would have had to have gone earlier if you was there.
Have you guys kicked off yet?
No,
they're
just taking the knee now. They're kicking off. I'm just a little bit behind probably because I've got some speed.
Yeah, literally taking a knee on my screen as well.
They've just kicked off. We just kicked off.
No, they kicked off.
David Luiz has just whacked the long ball forward.
Oh god.
Yeah. I'm about 40 seconds in already.
Right. So you're I'm on 50. I'm on 1 minute now.
1 minute.
And
I'm only on 18 seconds now.
Yeah. So it looks like, as we said, that Tierney, it seems like they've sort of replicate what Sheffield are doing. But Sheffield have got Eden back, and they're playing McGoldrick and McBurney up. It looks like McGoldrick and McBurney are playing up front. So they're going for with McBurney to be sort of the attack
pivotal.
It's like a 3-5-2 they're playing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think what's happened is that McGoldrick is dead on Louise, and McGoldrick is sort of coming out of the centre. Actually, you look at it now, they're stripping proper positions, McBurney and McGoldrick.
Yeah. I mean, it is like a 3-5-2, but that's how they play anyway, generally, isn't it?
I have to admit, I like the way they play because it's like it's not because it's great, it's because everyone knows their jobs.
Yeah. No, I mean, they've had a great season. I know the lockdown season have affected them. They've not done too well since they've come back, but they've had a good season, haven't they? Surprisingly, really, when you look at the team that they've got, in relation to the other teams that are above in the league, including ours, although I think we're about level with them now, aren't we?
Well, yeah, a point off them, basically, yeah. Well, considering they were the bookies' favourites to go straight down as well, out of the fee that came up.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like they spent a lot of money either, is it?
No.
So fair play to them, I think they're organised, and that's the key, isn't it? They're organised, they play to their strength, and it's worked pretty well most of the season. It's just now, how are they going to kind of get back to the sort of rhythm they had before? I think that's going to be the problem, but no doubt we'll give them a few chances.
Yeah. Did anyone catch the game yesterday between Norwich and United as well?
Bits of it, yeah. Bits of it. It was on. I wasn't watching it all. I found it a bit dull, actually, if I'm honest.
I literally fell asleep.
I was hoping for penalties, actually.
I actually thought, to be fair, even when I
think Norwich would have won, wouldn't they, on penalties?
Yeah, with Tim Krul.
Well, that was a dangerous ball in the box, actually. There.
I'm about to see that now. So.
If you notice the last couple of games, right, is that Mikel, he seems to be pushing Joe Willock's calls as well. Like it looks like he's looking at these young players and he thinks, you know what, I can improve them, and if I can keep like someone like Grant Xhaka on the side to give me that bit of control midfield, I could just catch up.
But he probably knows he's got no choice.
He's not going to get big money.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's more the issue, isn't it? I think that he's going to have to make do with what he's got. So he needs to give the young players a bit more experience, and a bit more. He needs to trust them, in the team. I'm surprised maybe Nelson hasn't got a game in,
Yeah, I thought he would have been one of the ones to start, to be honest.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I mean, Pepe's done nothing, has he, really? I know he got that goal against Brighton, but other than that, in, the last 3 games, he's not done anything, has he, other than that?
I also think because on the right hand side we don't really get to attack properly. Most of our attack comes from the left hand side. So
that's because we've got better players on the left, haven't we? That's why. If we had a better players on the right, we'd probably attack down the right more, wouldn't we? We need to have that better balance, I think, to the team. If we could buy someone like Traore or St. Maximum who are going to give us that down the right hand side as well, then I think that would be a good option. Because we are very left-sided. Because all our best players are left on the left, aren't they? All of them that we've got.
Well, I was watching a thing on Sky Sports with Robert Perez and Gary Neville, It was basically Robert Perez's career at Arsenal.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
Perez came out and said, literally, under Wenger always said the left-hand side was the ankle, was the strongest side of the team.
Yeah. Well, it was. We had Perez there, Henry,
Ashley Cole.
Yeah, obviously Reyes when he came as well. He was sort of on the left side. He played when he left-footed.
Don't get me wrong, our right side was strong as well, but the left side was absolutely immense.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. But I just think now we need to be able to be strong on both sides, don't we? We need to be able to attack strongly on both sides because that's the way the game is now.
I also think we should replace our right back. I don't think Bellerin's good enough.
No. Do you think that's why
Suarez, isn't he? Suarez has come in, and maybe he's going to be the man to nail that place down. I don't know why he's not even on the bench, is he? Actually, I've just noticed that.
Yeah, all that thing that Arsenal pumping out in the last few days about him possibly being in the squad today, he's not even on the bench.
Oh, that was terrible from Lacazette there. Terrible ball back. We've lost possession there when we had a good opportunity.
Maybe they're going to vest him for the Norwich game on Wednesday. Maybe.
Well, he's been rested already, hasn't he? He's not played yet. He's had a long rest, hasn't he? He's had a 6-month rest. He must be feeling all right now, mustn't he?
The irony is, as we're going into lockdown, he was coming out of an injury, and as he'd come out of it, another injury, and he's been out
injured again. Yeah, I know. Typical of our players, isn't it? We just seem to get injured, just waking up.
Guys,
again,
Sheffield's on the attack. 7 minutes gone.
Oh God!
Oh God! Yeah, it's been. They just had an attack. It was Robinson who just shot across the face of goal, but he's gone well wide of the goal. But it looks like the goal trick is making those sort of runs in those sort of channels. And just showing it now to McGoldrick, and it was actually a good block from one of our attacks, but it's actually gone out for a corner. So Fleck's taking this corner for Sheffield United. 7.5 minutes gone.
I'm on.
Fleck's to the corner.
I'm a minute behind now. I'm on 6:44.
Another corner, Sheffield United. Kieran Tierney's, like I said, made a challenge, and so we're going for a zonal marking at the moment. Yeah, and Ollie Norwood's taking this corner for Sheffield on the other side. But
I wonder if sorry, go on.
No, it's all right. Yeah,
I was just gonna.
Oh, Sheffield has scored! Sheffield has scored! It's 1-0 Sheffield. 1-0 Sheffield United. It was from a corner routine, and it's Lundstrom, the Scouser, has scored for Sheffield United. It was a corner from McBurney, flick on by the defender. Mustafi's lost his man, and John Lundstrom has scored for Liverpool. They've shown it again. On McBurney, it's actually won by McBurney, who's actually headed it across, and Mustafi's lost his mat. No, actually, it's not actually Mustafi. It's actually gone between a combination of Lacazette and
he's offside.
Yeah, Lacazette and Willett. It looks
he's offside. He's offside.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
there's a VAR in the FA Cup though.
No, there's no VAR. But I think the VAR are looking at it, but it looks like the goal's been given. But let's have a look again.
He's offside, I reckon.
Yeah, checking for offside, but yeah, let's have a look.
He's on the line, so he was saying on the line.
Yeah, they're offside. Looks offside.
He's offside. He's offside.
Yeah, offside. Both of them. Looks offside, and so does McGoldrick. So yeah.
Have they given it? My feet's gone off.
Yes. Yeah, it's offside.
Disallowed, yeah.
No, disallowed, offside.
They're showing it right now. He's offside, yeah.
Yeah, offside, yeah.
Oh, thank God for VAR.
Yeah, but it just shows what Sheffield. Yeah, but it looks like Sheffield are going to do. So on set pieces, they're gonna get McBurney to win the first header, then they're gonna get the second header. So I think we've got to be careful of that. If you look at their goal against us in the league, that's exactly how they scored.
It was exactly the same.
Situation.
It was, exactly that goal, wasn't it? He was offside as well, I think, when he that night.
Yeah, it's all about getting that second ball, though. Second ball. It's all a good challenge for the first ball, but the second ball, Sheffield United are going to be all over that in all the areas of the pitch.
Kenny, Amanda just tweeted out she called offside straight away, apparently.
Yeah.
Actually, two of them are offside. I've just seen it now. 2 of them are offside.
Oh yeah, Goldrick and Lotram,
Yeah, there was 2 of them offside. I mean, to be fair, he couldn't miss, could he, from the yard out? But that was very similar, wasn't it, to the goal that they scored in the league against us
in the season.
when Moussa scored, didn't he, from a similar sort of terrible bit of defending from a corner. Although, to be fair, I mean, they kept their line well there, didn't they? So, you know, I suppose we've got a bit lucky, maybe.
Yeah, Sheffield have got their tails up at the moment.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
If you know, I heard you guys talking about Pepe earlier about you know how it's been working for him. Have a look at this game now. If you look at possession stats, right, Sheffield United are edging it a little bit. Now, normally when Arsenal play, especially under Arsenal, we used to dominate possession. And I think that until we start dominating possession again, it's going to be hard to get players like Pepe in the game, especially when he's tightly marked, because Sheffield United, there'll be only one out ball and they'll only have one player mark. Although the possession stats on TV are saying 70 possession, but most of the ball we're getting is pretty direct and long, and it's actually passing around our box. It's not a penetrative ball that we're having.
I mean, from what I mean, I think so far what it looks like is, I mean, Sheffield United have, you know, they've got a really good sort of solid plan, haven't they? The way that they're playing, whereas we seem all over the place, and whether it's because we've changed our system to what we've been playing, but we actually look all over the place, and they actually look well drilled and well organised, don't they? At the moment, I mean, we might grow into it as the game goes on, but certainly the first 10 minutes, I think we've been all over the place. We can't keep possession of the ball. We're giving it away far too easily, and we don't seem to be. We don't seem to have any sort of set play. Like you said, it's all long ball, isn't it? It's long ball towards Lacazette, who's having to drop really deep to get it. He's not going to win much in the air, is he? Because he's not the biggest guy.
So
their centre halves are all over him, really.
My God! Sorry, guys. But what's happened? It was a long throw routine from Sheffield United. It was actually
I just seen it now.
A long ball. Yeah, and it's actually come off very fast. And McGoldrick just missed it by a foot tip, where he could have put Sheffield United up. But again, it's that sort of set piece where it's all about getting that second ball. If they don't win the first ball, it's like they're giving us a torrid time with these set pieces.
Yeah, well, they were always going to, weren't they? That was always going to be the situation in this game, because they've been dangerous from set pieces all season, haven't they?
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, they're just taking a throw in now. So see what happens here.
Right, crossed by Tierney. But it's just gone. It's just been cleared by Sheffield.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean there. You see McGoldrick there. I don't know who was meant to be marking him. Was it David Luiz? He's just let him run off him, hasn't he?
I think that's how Sheffield would have been clever. Is that McGoldrick and McBurney?
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Kolasinac. It was Kolasinac that left him.
Yeah.
I apologise for David Luiz, because it wasn't him. It was Kolasinac.
Oh, Kolasinac, 31.
Yeah, poor defending actually there, but then it's Kolasinac. So what do you expect?
Look at it now. If you notice the thing about David Luiz, what he does give us is that he gives us accuracy of passing from defence, and I suppose that's why it's hard to leave him out of time.
I like David Luiz. I think he's done all right, apart from obviously the Man City game, which he wasn't meant to play, I don't think. No. This goes Tierney here down the wing. I mean, that's a decent enough ball, but nobody's really attacking the box, are they?
No.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah, it's like we're having to sort of pass around sideways in order to sort of try and drag Sheffield out of position, because they're all in sort of different positions. So we're trying to drag them out and then create sort of overloads down the wings. But our best chance of actually getting something out of the game is probably down that left side with Tierney
it
going
looks that way, doesn't it? At the moment, it looks that way. I mean, Lacazette is quite good at holding the ball up if he gets it picked into it.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Aubameyang doesn't play centre forward, because he's inability to hold the ball up. And play his back to goal.
But then Nketiah's not that great at holding up either, is he? He's more of a poacher.
Nketiah's work rate. Oh, here we go. Oh no. Yeah. It looks like Sheffield United are very content with like sort of surprising us when on the sort of counter attack. and getting the ball out quickly through their centre backs, and then they're all getting an overload. I mean, that's how they're going to sort of do it.
No, yeah, they are. I mean, at the moment, I mean, the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes, we've had a lot of possession of the ball, but we've not really gone anywhere with it. We keep going backwards and sideways, and they're, like you said, they're happy with that because we're not going to cause them any problems, are we?
No, so
I see Xhaka's getting some good positions in the middle there, and getting the ball. I'm liking what he's doing again.
Yeah, just as we speak, guys. I've just seen the reason why David Luiz is probably a must in the side. It's like he's put a fantastic long pass.
I just seen it now.
It's kind of taken out of the defence, and it's just. But obviously, it was an offside position. But that's what David Luiz gives us, especially when you're at a situation where sometimes where teams are going to press us and not give us any room to breathe. You've got someone like who can actually either run out of the ball or look up and just sort of pass, and he's good with both left foot and right foot.
Plus, as well, I mean, he's tended to play better in a back three anyway, hasn't he? Previously with Chelsea and stuff like that. So I don't know whether this system maybe suits him better anyway. But yeah, I mean, obviously his long passes out the back. I've seen that one now. Yeah, I mean that's a great ball towards Saka there. It was well defended, but he was offside. But yeah, but that's what we can do. And against a team like Sheffield United, that's going to be important, isn't it?
100%, definitely.
We're not going to be able to pass our way through them, are we? Because they've got a big block in midfield, and they're very organised. And I don't think we're going to be able to pass our way through. So it's going to probably take maybe a long ball or maybe trying to find something
off that ilk,
or something out wide, or maybe Saka going past somebody and getting a ball in or something. But at the moment, they're quite comfortable. Sheffield United, we haven't really had a chance yet, have we? Sort of 15, 16 minutes in.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's the only teams that are capable of breaking teams down like Sheffield United is like Liverpool because of like the way they play, because they play.
But you say that. Game. I mean, Man United scored 6 against them in their 2 games. I mean, Liverpool only scored 2, didn't they? They were beat 1-0 both times, I think. So
but if you look at Man United yesterday, they had a lot of possession, but I think what helped Norwich is that a lot of the times they were slow in terms of their movement. And I think that's what helped Norwich. Now, if Norwich are playing like a strong Man City side that's on their mettle, that Norwich Man City would have had a field day. A good Man City. Remember, Norwich has already beat them in the league, but teams like Sheffield's and all that, it's quick football, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, 2 or 3 quick passes and you're in, aren't you, against most teams if you can do that well. And that's why Man City have had a lot of success over the last few years, isn't it? Because that's what they do in and around the box. They do 2 or 3 quick passes and suddenly there's a chance to score. We don't play like that, do we? We haven't got the players to do that, really. That's our problem.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, we're having a lot of possession here, but not actually doing anything with it, are we?
Yeah, because we're going so far, coming back on ourselves.
Yeah, and it's sideways, backwards. There's no space because they're filling all the spaces well. It's going to be this sort of game, I think, all the way through. And we're just going to have to be patient, I suppose, and wait until an opportunity comes along, which it will eventually do. I mean, we'll create something, won't we, sooner or later?
Yeah.
But some of that passing has not been great, has it?
I think that's one area of the game that's kind of suffered in the last sort of, 5 or 6 years. Is that our passing game has got sort of declined in such a way that teams are now coming to the Emirates, our players think, you know what, we can actually go there and actually win. There isn't much of fear because.
I know there's no fear playing Arsenal now, is there? Absolutely none.
Yeah, and even at home. I suppose at home we can just about get away and get with playing badly and get a result. But there are times when we could get away with playing badly, sometimes away from home, and get a result. But now we have to play out of our skins, or the opposition have to be off the colour for us to win, even an away game.
No, we do, yeah. I mean, to be honest, our away form the last sort of 3 or 4 years has been terrible for a top club or a team that wants to challenge for the top 4. Our away form has just not been good enough. That's what's letting us down time after time because teams know how to beat us now. And we haven't come up with any answers. And we've had 3 different managers now over that time, and none of them have managed to come up with the answers, have they? We've been poor away from home for a long time now. And I don't understand why, because away from home used to be our strength, didn't it?
It used to be. It was that's what won us the title in 02. Literally won every.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a strength of every Arsenal team that's been successful has always been strong away from home, always.
Yeah.
And in the last few years, that's what's let us down. I think had we picked up more away wins, obviously we'd have been far up the league, wouldn't we? I mean, that's obvious. And then we've just lost that kind of quick counter-attacking play that used to get us those results. I think Tierney's struggling here.
Yeah.
Well, he's on my thing. He's walking about, but
I don't mean necessarily fitness-wise. I just think he's struggling in the game.
Yeah, I think what's happening is that I think what we're doing, we're struggling because Sheffield United have kind of worked out what we're doing. But as we speak right now, on 20 minutes, Pepe's on the ball, got a cross down the right-hand side, and we got a corner situation. He's crossed with his right foot and to Aubameyang, and Robinson was managed to get there first. But it's our first corner. I believe it's our first corner in the game.
Yeah, it will be.
Haven't
got that far yet. I mean, if Pepe crosses with his right foot, that's a good sign because he don't normally use his right foot for anything, does he?
Yeah, but what's happened? We've got the corners of the routine up. We've got Kolasinac up there. We've got Mustafi, David Luiz, and it's going to be Saka taking the corner, and Xhaka's up there as well. So it's got to be good delivery because Sheffield actually it's not Sheffield. It's not actually. It's actually. It looks like it's Joseph Willock's taking that corner. Stand to be corrected. Oh, it's awful corner. It might have been a low shot, low back pass to someone. But we've actually won the ball back. Cross again, but Sheffield have cleared it. Oh, Saka's put the ball in. Great ball. Oh, it's headed out again. So Sheffield United managed to survive that kind of pressure. But we're still on the ball. We're still in the 20 yards from their goal. Saka's got the ball. He's up against Ender Stevens. Now got a Tierney. Lacazette. He's gone down, but the referee's giving us a. Hang on, we've got a penalty. I think it's a penalty.
Have we?
No,
they'll check that though.
Let's have a look.
Obviously,
I don't know if it's out of the box. Yeah. There was a challenge just outside. Let's have a look. Oh, it's out. It looks like it was outside.
I think that was in.
It's gone. Look at it. Let's have a look. Like Lacazette's in the box, and Basham's just gone through the back of him. But we don't know. Let's see what the referee's giving because he's actually pointing
towards the spot.
He was pointing to the spot, and he's walked away again. But he's actually calling them.
That's inside.
He's calling the Sheffield up. Yeah, it looks inside, but he's calling some players over to, give them a bit of a word. But Basham looks really disappointed, really upset, and sorry for himself. He's having a little chat to the referee, but we don't know what.
Oh, that's in the box. I've just seen it. That's in the box.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen that. That's
in the box. If they VAR that's in the box, definitely.
Yeah.
He fell out.
Yeah, he's gone right.
He's gone right through the back of him.
Yeah, but I think it's a well. All we know is that Pepe's picked the ball up. Pepe's picked the ball up, and he looked.
Yeah,
it's right on the line, actually, isn't it? It's actually right on the line.
Yeah, he's literally his last toe is on the. Yeah, but
see, the ball was outside the box, but his foot was inside the box. That's a difficult one, actually.
His whole body's in the box, so his one's been fouled. So technically, it should be a pen.
Yeah, I think the contact was inside.
Yeah. In fact, they're taking a while to decide what's going on.
Well, I think it's a difficult one to call, actually. I can understand why it's taking a bit of time because the ball's outside the box. His foot that touched the ball's outside the box, but you can see why they give it because it looked like he was in the box.
I will say, though, Miss Manini, you need to have more confidence in Lacazette, please.
Yeah, so it's guys confirmed. It's a definite penalty.
It's a penalty.
Pepe stepping up. He's stepping up.
Pepe.
And he's, Pepe against Henderson. Pepe gets the man of the moment. 25 minutes. Come up 25 minutes. Pepe gingerly walks up. And he puts it in the corner.
Yes.
1-0 Arsenal.
Come on.
Get him, Pepe.
Great execution by Pepe.
Needed that.
Execution. Never in doubt. What we did is we created a bit of pressure. We were actually get the ball to Lacazette. He's managed to sort of hold the ball up, and Basham's gone through the back of him. But it's one of those things that if you look at it from naked eye, it looks outside the box. But Lacazette's bodies and Basham are inside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very tight, wasn't it? But I think it is definitely the right decision in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Satini's put the ball into Lacazette, and he's actually held the ball up, and they're both in the box. Even though the ball's not there, but the challenge, I agree with you guys. The challenge is inside, just inside the box.
Yeah, just
and that's why they're in a bit of a drinks break anyway. I hope the referee's going knowing near Chris Wilder because he looks at
it was a good penalty actually. That was a good penalty when it right in the corner.
Yeah, he doesn't look very pleased, Wilder. He doesn't look very pleased, but he does sort of, like I said, he's getting his troops over. But
come on,
yeah.
It's a good penalty, right in the corner. No saving that.
Yeah.
One thing he can do well, actually, he can strike a dead ball. It wasn't a great. He didn't hit it greatly, but it was well placed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the chat, yes. No, sorry, Russ Morgan in the chat saying no card. What a surprise! Yeah, if he's at the other end, we get a card.
Although he should have gone. He's right. Russ is right, but then again, the Southampton player got a red card the other night, didn't he? So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he'd have had to get one though. It was the last man, so
yeah. I mean, that should have been a yellow, I suppose, technically, shouldn't it? That one there.
For sure.
But it doesn't matter. We'll take that 1-0. I think it's good that we scored first, because if we were behind, I think we would have struggled. I mean, they won't be very happy with VAR, will they? Because they've had a goal disallowed and they've had the penalty against them. So. But it's tough luck because that's what we've had to suffer all season. So.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So I don't feel sorry for it.
Especially, was it Crystal Palace at home? Was it 2-2? We should have won it. Socrates. It was Chambers gets fouled.
Chambers got fouled in there.
Yeah, gets fouled, but he gets done for fouling the player.
Yeah.
How dare you be fouled?
Yeah, there's been some crazy decisions. We've had a couple of goals disallowed, a bit strange. We haven't been on VAR, which cost us a few points. But at the end of the day, I suppose it does even itself out. Maybe. I mean, we've had a couple of decisions go our way now, last 2 games, haven't we? So.
Yeah, my gripe with VAR is that the whole point of bringing the stat system in was to completely take out of all this controversy. But if anything, it's added more controversy and. Especially the other week, especially was it the first game back with the goal that was ever given for Sheffield United.
That was terrible. How did they miss that one?
So I mean, you see, Sheffield United will be quite annoyed with that because obviously they missed out on a goal there. They've missed out on a goal there. Although it was the right decision, I think they were both the right decision. But when VAR gives them, it's almost like you feel like you've been hard done by. But then, to be fair, the referee gave that penalty, didn't he? VAR has just confirmed it, really.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd have got overturned if he hadn't given it. I don't think VAR would have overturned it. So well played the referee actually, because it would have been easy for him not to have given that in the circumstances.
Oh dear.
So the thing is, I've seen those sort of decisions given as a free kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I mean, and if the referee had given a free kick on the edge of the box, or I didn't give anything, there's no way VAR.
Oh!
1-0.
No, it's Pepe's had a shot from about 20 yards. It was actually he's won the header. And Lacazette's held the ball up and he's shot from about 20 yards. And a great save by Dean Henderson. So, yeah.
I'm about 30 seconds.
Sheffield are under the pump. Yeah, Sheffield are under the pump. It's another corner routine. The big boys have gone up. That includes Kolasinac as well. And it's Pepe actually taking this corner. Great delivery, but again, it hasn't beaten the first man. It's been headed out by Luckstrom, and Sheffield United is trying to get the ball away. I think what's happened is the goal's given us a bit of confidence because we're now trying to get into Sheffield's faces and giving them a bit of their medicine.
I'm about to see.
I've just got this now. Pepe shot. That's a good save, actually. To be fair.
Molina's now saying that goal it seems like it's giving Pepe a bit more confidence in himself. Because all of a sudden we're now starting to see more Pepe in the game.
Yeah, we are. I mean, he's. I mean, to be fair, he scored a penalty and he's had a shot. I mean, let's face it, that's all he's done for 3 games. So let's not get carried away. But yeah, I mean,
I'm playing about this game in general. That's all.
It's been more lively the last 5 minutes, but
yeah.
Booking for Sheffield. Flex has gone again on the back of Lacazette.
Yeah, that was a bad tackle.
Yeah, because what we've done now is that we're getting to Sheffield's faces more. We're showing a bit of aggression in terms of like trying to win the ball back, and that's not something Sheffield like very much are quite used to, because they're used to being the bullies in this sort of situation. But when you're on top, it gives you that sort of impotence. It gives you the hairs in your chest, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think as well. I mean, Sheffield United haven't scored a goal, have they, since the restart of the league? So
well, they did, didn't they? They did score a goal, didn't they?
Well, they scored 2, and they've both been disallowed. So
yeah, but we're talking about the Villa game, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they scored a goal.
Yeah, it's another corner for Arsenal. Pepe's all over it. Big boy's over. He's on the other side this time, but he's managed to get a good kind of delivery. But again, McBurney's got the ball out. But Sheffield United, I think they'll be looking for half time to get this into half times before
have a goal.
Kind of regroup, because we're very much on top, and they don't look like like doing the good things they were doing before, because we're winning the ball. Like I said, we're marking up, we're preventing the sort of supply to McBurney and McGoldrick. McGoldrick and McBurney have to do a lot of hard work off the ball, which they normally do anyway, but not in positive areas.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I mean we've been the better team for the last 10 minutes, haven't we? We've got going now. We had a bit of a slow start, but we seem to have got into our stride a little bit now. We've got the goal. We've had another good chance as well.
And we've got another one now, because Timmy's put a great cross in. Oh, it's a little slip by Pepe, but they've managed to get the ball out. But we're knocking at that door. Tierney's there, and he's got a Saka. He's trying to go in. Oh, he's been tackled. And we're in complete control of the game. We are 100% on top of this. Sheffield United have been taken by surprise. We've shown a lot of aggression now, and I think we're going to need another goal just to cement our control, because we're in a situation with Sheffield United group.
Takes all the pressure off as well, yeah.
And plus what happened at Brighton as well, wasn't it? When we was in complete control of that game, 1-0 up. And it took us until the 82nd minute to kill the game off the other night as well. So
looks like Luckstrom's going to be coming off, because he was actually collided with Joe Willock, and he's actually fallen on his shoulder, and he's getting a bit of treatment. But it looks like Sheffield are going to make a swift substitution, because it looks like the Sheffield physio is putting his arm back. It's like I said, working his shoulder and his arm, but he looks in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to come off.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Mikel Arteta, man. He looks like he's going shopping in Oxford Street, let alone being a football manager.
Oh dear. That's what happens when you work under Pep for 3 years.
Yeah.
He could do his shoelaces up properly, a bit tighter.
Yeah. Ken, what did you make of that? Yes, Pep's obviously confirmed they're going to give Liverpool the Guard of Honour on Thursday.
Should be doing it. Every club does that. I think
they should do it. Yeah, they should do it anyway.
It's football protocol, And another thing as well, it'd be a motivation for Man City next season to say, right, that hurts. We're
on home turf as well.
It's all humiliating. Yeah. So Berg's coming on for Sheffield, but Sheffield United, and if anything doesn't motivate Man City for next season, well, doing a Guard of Honour and losing the title by 20 odd points should be different. But that's a chat. The thing about Man City is they've got the money and they've got the pull of Pep to actually, definitely.
Do you reckon Pep will be there long term? Or do you think this next season might be his last season?
No, that's all. Pep's very much a project manager. I think he's going to try and win that European Cup until he feels that he's gone as far as he can. Then he'll leave and go for his next challenge. It could be, he could go to Italy next. I'm sure Internazionale or Napoli would want someone to try and take that control of Juventus. And I think that'd be a massive challenge that Pep would take, because he's done it in Germany, done it in Spain, done it in England. The biggest challenge in Italy is to try and chop with Juventus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think if Pep wants to test himself, he needs to go to a smaller club and see how good he is. It's all very well going to clubs with loads of money to buy your way to the title. I mean, let's see what he would have done if he'd, say, come to Arsenal. Then you'd see how brilliant he is. It's easy to coach great players, isn't it? It's easy if you spend the money on building your team. When you've got the best team in the league, it's easy, isn't it? He's not really tested himself outside that environment yet. So I'd like to see him try a project somewhere that he's got to actually work for.
Yeah, but the thing is, guys, though, right? And this is a question for everyone on the panel as well. Sometimes, right, if you've had the success Pep's had, don't you think you've earned the right to the big jobs, that you don't need to test yourself, that your success ultimately puts you in those sort of positions?
Yeah, but he's only had success at those clubs, though, hasn't he? He's not built his way up, has he? He played for Barcelona, he's managed Barcelona, and then he went to Bayern and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't tested himself at a lower level, has he? He's not had success with a smaller club. I mean, even Mourinho did that. Mourinho had success at Porto, didn't he? So he kind of earned the right more.
To have a Chelsea, and then...
Hey, as we speak, there seems to be a massive collision of heads.
Is that Joe Willock?
Massive collision. Yeah, or is a collision between Willock and McBurney. Clash of heads, because it's a free kick to Sheffield United, but at the moment both physios are on treating Willock and McBurney.
Head injuries.
Yeah. Both of them seem okay. I can see some movement in like the arm movements of McBurney and Willock, and you can see Willock breathing. So I think it's just one of those things where they're just getting sort of sedated.
Ran into each other, didn't they? They just ran into each other.
But I think the referee's saying that Willock's kind of blocked McBurney.
I don't think he was trying to block him. They just seemed to run into each other, didn't he? He sort of ran into Willock, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what referees are like. If you're the forward sort of player and you're going into, well, look at that tough Yorkshire grit from McBurney, innit? With a bit of Scotch in there, eh? I mean,
yeah.
Actually, he looks like he's took Willock out. Don't even look at the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think either of them did. I think they were both looking
Willock.
at the ball. They were both looking at the ball, weren't they? And they just unfortunately collided together.
Come on, Willock. Get up, mate. You're an East London boy. Come on, East End boy. Get up. It's only a scratch.
There's not much to him, though, is there, unfortunately? If you get hit by McBurney, you're going to know about it, aren't you?
Mind you, all footballers are about 11 stone, mate. Dripping with sweat, innit? I mean, they're all cross-country runners now. They're not allowed to have an inch of fat or muscle on them.
Yeah, that's true. Apart from that, what's it? Akin Fenwa? He's a big lad, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, but look what league he plays in.
Yeah,
he still scores goals, though, doesn't he?
Look what league he plays in.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, he does, but he's a big lad.
Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan as well.
Yeah, I know he's.
The whole country knew that, isn't it? Oh.
Suddenly, there's lots of Liverpool fans, isn't there? Suddenly.
To be fair, when I was growing up, there were loads of Liverpool fans. They were the best team in the land.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were. When I was a kid, they used to win the league every year. So.
Have you all seen that picture of Jamie Carragher out in Liverpool on Friday night?
Well, setting off fireworks. Was he setting off fireworks? Was he throwing them at the live building?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think the thing with Liverpool fans, right, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because you want to celebrate and you don't want to begrudge people celebrating, but there's always a but nowadays when people want to enjoy themselves because of this tragic pandemic.
No, but I mean, there's enjoying yourself and there's causing vandalism. And the two things don't have to go side by side, do they? Liverpool fans could have gone out and enjoyed themselves and celebrated. Fair enough. I've got no problem with them doing that. But when that turns into vandalism and stuff like that, setting fire to things. I don't think that's acceptable. No matter who it is.
The trouble is, right? You're always going to there's always going to be one, and I say this with great respect, dickhead to spoil it for everyone else. The fact of the matter is,
you're right. Yeah.
We're in a group of 10 groups of people. It only takes one's going to be a dickhead who wants to do everything for show and make a practice of himself to try and make people laugh. And those people in the Orcs community. Yeah, but it's one of those things. But it has been 30 years. They have been the best team in the country. I'm sure they're going to be celebrating in about a couple of months' time. And I suppose we're going to be hearing this for another 30 years unless they keep on winning it.
Which they won't, because we're going to win it next year.
We're going to do Leicester.
Of course we are. Of course we are, Richard. Of course we are, Richard.
We are, yeah. We're going to win it next year. It's nailed on. We're beating Sheffield United in the FA Cup. We're going to win the league next year. No one can convince me otherwise.
Of course we.
We've just beat Southampton. We're beating Sheffield United. I mean, come on. We're in the semi-final of the FA Cup nearly.
Oh, dear.
We're not playing too bad, though.
No, I think we're playing well. Because we had a bit of a slow start, but we've grown into the game, haven't we? And I think the goals made a massive difference. Sheffield United seems to have lost a bit of confidence as well. And I think that, we've kind of pushed on. I think Lacazette's working hard up there, isn't he?
Yeah, I like what Lacazette's doing. Sorry, Kenny, go on.
No, sorry, no, I was about to agree with you, Dave, about Lacazette.
I mean, there's a lot of praise. There's a lot of praise. On Ainsley about his role today, what he's doing today, being more defensively minded, and doing a better job than what Hector's been doing. Is what people are saying anyway.
Well, I mean, anybody could have been playing better than Hector's been doing because he's been poor, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But no, Ainsley's doing all right. Yeah, he's done well. I mean, to be fair, everyone's done okay. No one's had a bad game, have they, so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I like how Lacazette, he's kind of playing like that false nine position. He's just he's actually dropping into the midfield, receiving the ball. No, go on.
Yeah.
No, Ted, you're on the same minutes as me, mate. You're only about 10 seconds behind me.
Yeah. Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, that's it.
Hit it wide.
Now, what are you saying about Lacazette?
No, I was saying I like his work rate, how he's kind of dropping deep, receiving the ball, playing off another player. It kind of draws out the defenders and it opens up space out wide as well.
And you can maybe see why now that he didn't start Eddie, because Eddie wouldn't have done that. And it's important to draw their centre halves out. Otherwise, it gets too easy, doesn't it, for them? So that that's a good selection there from Arteta, and I think he needs a lot of credit for that. Cool. Maitland-Niles cross there. That was a bit. Oh, Tierney shot wide in the end. Yeah, no, we're on top, aren't we? We're on top. If we can get a second goal before half time, then I think that's game over. But otherwise, could be a tricky second half because they're going to come out a little bit stronger, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the only way is going to be up for Sheffield, but shot by Ollie Norwood from 30 yards, but it's gone straight in the arms of Martinez. I think if you look at FA Cup performances, there has been some sort of solidity in those sort of games, especially the away games.
Yeah, I mean, the FA Cup we've played well, consistently well in every round. Actually,
I think this three at the back suits this team. We actually play better with
he's at the
wing backs.
Sorry, mate. I got a bit excited again, but Kieran Tierney's gone down and he's actually Joe Willock's opened the play up. He's put a beautiful ball for Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney's put a great cross. He's kind of stood it up for Pepe. Pepe's hit it first time and it's just gone wide. But it's one of those things where it's the things you're talking about, playing the back three, getting control of the ball, moving the ball quicker. It's actually creating a bit of space on the overload for Kieran Tierney. and he's actually showing his repertoire, his crossing repertoire at the moment.
That was a beautiful cutback from him.
Yeah. Again, it's one. It's one of the things. I was just watching them Sheffield.
Martinez's distribution's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just getting that now, Tierney. It is a good ball. Oh, Pepe should have got it on target.
Yeah. We've got 7 minutes. We've got 7 minutes of injury time. We've got 7 minutes of first half injury time because of not so much Willett, but remember there was a stoppage for Lacazette as well, and remember they stopped for the penalty as well, VAR. So it's going to be a lot of time. So again, Sheffield, we need to sort of be on our mettle. It's not half time yet, and we need to carry on doing the good things we've been doing since we got the goal.
Pepe does that well, doesn't he? Cuts him from the right-hand side, makes him runs into the box so he can get a shot on his left foot. He just did it. He scored a couple of goals like that this season, hasn't he? And he did the same there. It was a bit unfortunate, actually, but he maybe.
It's all the thing is we're dominating possession, we're creating space, we're moving the ball quicker. So what he's doing is bringing Nicola back into the game and giving him the space. Because what's happening is that Sheffield United have got other things to worry about. They're worried about the overloads from Kieran Tierney. They're worried about Joe Luke getting a little space. And I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but I think Joe Willock's having a very good game today. And he's actually.
No, I was going to just say that actually. I think Willock's playing well. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's what we, in a way, it's kind of what we lack. A midfielder who's got forward drive and wants to get into the box as well. And he's made a couple of good runs, hasn't he? Both with the ball and without the ball.
Yeah. Oh, David Luiz. You know what? Nicolas Pepe's put a beautiful free kick, and David Luiz has got in front of his defender, but it's one of those things where it hits the back of your shoulder and goes the other side where it shouldn't go. Look, he's lost his defender. It's hit his shoulder. And it's gone where well, let's just say it didn't trouble the scorers.
Thing is, Ken, in FA Cups we've had a certain German score a goal and it rolled off his arm, or he's sold in the cup final. So
it's true.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes it does happen.
You ain't talking about the game against Villa, are you?
No, of course not. I mean, that was the most one-sided final I've ever actually watched, FA Cup-wise.
Apart from last year.
You know what? I've got a conspiracy theory for all of you guys, and that includes everyone. My conspiracy theory is that with no crowds, the FA are praying that Arsenal win today, Man United have already won, Chelsea and Man City win, because what's happening is that there's big games, big semi-finals.
Yeah.
Or am I out of order?
No, you've got an actual big, massive point.
I think that the FA want that every year anyway, really, don't they? They want all the big clubs to do well in the cup because it keeps interest more.
But now the fans not being able to go to the semi-final, they're going to want the big teams in the semis, so more people actually tune in, pay to watch the next round of games.
But do people in the FA Cup not actually prefer shocks, though, don't they? I think the FA Cup is what it is because people like to see the smaller teams beat the bigger teams, don't they? For example, I was cheering on for Norwich yesterday. I was.
Yeah, but not in showpiece.
As a neutral.
Yeah, in semi-finals.
Not neutral at all.
Showpiece. I'm not sure. I don't think the FA won another 6-0 in the cup final again, do they?
No, they don't.
Poor.
They don't probably. They probably don't. In all fairness, but
cool. You got hands to Watford. They tried when they play against us, and then they as soon as Man City scored the first 2 goals, the white flag went out, innit?
They should have been 1-0 up, though, shouldn't they? Before that, last year, I remember them getting a good chance when it was 0-0. That's the thing.
It's just like
the small teams have got to
score. What's another penalty?
That was a nasty one on Tierney, wasn't it?
Well, you mean like Hull in 2014? What are they allowed to go 2-0 up as well?
Yeah, let them go 2-0 up, but that's fine.
Don't remind us, Ken.
It wasn't a problem in the end, was it?
As long as we come back and win, we're fine.
I'll never forget all the messages I was getting on my phone when we were 2-0 down.
Right, Sheffield.
Sheffield. My phone was going mad.
Yeah, mine was. Yeah, that was a great day.
I was in the top tier at Wembley, right? And when Sadsis Cavallo got pulled the goal back, I was celebrating, and then this guy celebrated, and his kid got his foot stuck in one of the chairs, and he was too busy celebrating to actually help his own kid out. So I had to get the kid's foot out.
Get the boy out.
And I said to the guy, "Hey, your kid's here." He went, "Oh, thanks, mate. I knew someone was going to help me out there."
Well, my lad was only 10, right? And when we scored, I think it might have been the second goal. And I didn't know where he was, and he turned out he was underneath about 5 people that had been celebrating with him. They'd all piled on. Brilliant. That was brilliant. Yeah. What a day that was.
No, I think what's happened, right? We got always going to say, like, let's not forget Kieran, mate, when he made that clearing header from Alex Bruce, 3-0. It was over. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it would have just finished 3-0, wouldn't it? So it would have finished 3-0, so it would have been fine.
No, mate. We would have been dead if it had been 3-0.
Yeah,
you know it. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, we would have been. Mind you, it was early in the game, though, wasn't it? I know it seems like a big lead, but we had loads of time to get it back, and we did dominate that game after the first 10 minutes, didn't we? And we should have had about 2 or 3 penalties, from what I remember.
Yeah. The referee did not want to give us a penalty at all.
No, certainly Cavallo was fouled about 3 times in the box, wasn't he, that day? I remember.
Yeah, in the second half, and I think it was at 2-1 and at 2-2.
Yeah.
No, I'll never kind of forget the time when Koscielny scored, right, to make it 2-2, and I looked at him and I thought, please don't break your leg, mate, because he was holding his shin, because he actually...
His leg went back on it. When you saw a replay of it later, when he kicked the ball, his legs kind of went back, didn't it? It looked quite nasty, but he was all right. He played the rest of the game, didn't he?
No, all I remember, right, is even though the much maligned Arsene Wenger, and I was one of the people maligning him, I admit that, but I just remember him getting a kind of birthday bumps after we won. You know, like they playing, throwing him up in the air.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant, yeah.
Guys, you'll be glad to know that it's half time, and we're 1-0 up.
So we didn't concede just before half time,
and fully deserved as well, I would say, on the balance of play. In fact, we probably should be more than 1 goal up, really. With some of the
at least 2.
We've had. Yeah, we've had a couple of decent chances as well, haven't we? So I know they had that goal disallowed, but I think we've deserved to be in front this night.
Oh, definitely, and at least I hope we come out in the second half with the same sort of momentum and don't let the momentum drop.
Getting that momentum and like the guys into shape, just getting the focus and not thinking they've already won it.
Yeah. I was going to say, because obviously I touched on it earlier, Man United game yesterday. Do you think, because of how Norwich are, do you think their players that do for Man United did what we usually do and like probably even crossed the line? They're like, we've already won the game. So
well, it's a good day for Sheffield. Sheffield Wednesday winning 2-1 at Bristol City. So some of these Sheffields.
Oh, there you go. The Leeds won 3-0 yesterday, didn't they, as well? So a good day in general a good weekend in general for Yorkshire.
Apart from at the moment, because they're losing Sheffield.
Apart from the United side of Sheffield.
I mean, we never seem to do that well in Yorkshire generally, do we? Especially in Sheffield. So this is
Sheffield itself, no.
For us to be in front, so that's good. We don't often score goals in Sheffield, do we?
Yeah, the last few years of Leeds being a Premier League club, we were battering them home and away. But up till even before, just for the last couple of years of them being a Premier League club,
Richard,
we struggled there. Sorry, can you go on?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah. So Richard, you know, like your season ticket renewal, have you taken the money or put it towards next season?
I haven't got a season ticket now.
Oh, I thought you had a season ticket.
Not anymore. I used to have.
No, so my season ticket, I'll put the money to next season.
That'd be the best fit. That's what I would have done. Yeah. Definitely. But, I haven't got an option now, I'm afraid.
Oh right, so you just well, you got the boy, you got the kids and all that, innit?
Yeah, I mean, me and my lad normally go. Just get tickets for the games. At least they come round, you know.
Yeah, good first half in general.
Are you guys boxing fans?
I dip in and out of it. I used to watch it a lot growing up, but once like Lennox Lewis and Tyson retired, it sort of went. No, I dropped. Well, he's come back now. He's gone.
He's going to watch the boxing.
I think he's got to touch on what's it? Deontay Wilder's trying to get a fight with Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
he's kicking off and all that, saying I should be having the next fight if you're not X, Y, and Z.
Tyson Fury will smash him anyway.
Tyson Fury will beat any of the fighters put in front of him, but the form he's in at the moment.
I think he would, yeah.
Yeah, Kenny is there.
Can you hear us?
Kenny?
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, you're saying about the boxing.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. No, what's that? Right, is that all I'm doing is like flicking around to see if there's any information, like flicking around the channels. We've got, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What you're going to say about the boxing?
But in terms of that game, in terms of the game, we've been down this road before, haven't we, with Arsenal? In terms of we're very pleased, we're very confident, and then in the second half, there are certain concerns. You know what I mean? But
this game's not won yet. Definitely not.
No. See, that's the thing. 1-0 is the most precarious result in football, especially even when you're on top, because like the opposition always a set piece away from actually winning it. So getting an equaliser and then nicking it at the last minute.
That's a good comment there.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's had a good first half, David Lewis. Yeah. He hasn't made a mistake at all. He's been solid. He's commanded the back. He's won some good challenges. I think he's had a decent game, sort of back to what he was like before the lockdown.
I think the whole team, the whole team has been performing pretty well.
Yeah,
so far.
I agree. Yeah, they have. We have played well. Yeah. I thought there was sort of slow 10 minutes or so at the beginning where we seemed a little bit unsure of what we were doing, but you can see the system working now. The last sort of half hour of that first half, the system was working. The plan seemed to be fine, and we've dominated it really. I mean, we should be 2 up realistically, but unfortunately we're not now. So we need to make sure we come out of the second half and play the same really. Get the next goal, get 2-0 up, and then we can maybe relax more, because 1-0 is never a good lead, is it, with us?
Hell no.
Yeah. I think playing with the wing backs, it really suits Pepe's game, because it gives him a chance to play inside. So when he receives the ball inside, he can get the ball on his left foot and have a shot.
I mean, he's been a lot more effective in this game, in this first half, than he has been in any previous game since we've come back from lockdown, and in many games before that as well. So, whether that's the system, it probably is, because I think he's got Ainsley's been supporting him quite well as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, Ainsley, he's stretching out the defence. He's staying out wide.
Yeah,
so Pepe gets to come inside.
Yeah, no, it's working well, and maybe that's the future. Like you said, the system probably does suit Pepe more. So that was certainly positive from that point of view, because I say that's the best 45 minutes Pepe's had for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So, what's your score predictions?
Can we say? Am I allowed to say extra time and penalties?
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, I went before we started. I went for 2-1 to us, so I'm going to stick with that because in the first place so far, that seems a reasonable score. Hopefully, we'll go 2-0 up, and they won't score until the last minute when we haven't got to worry. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I'm still going to go 2-1. Hopefully, 2-0 will be better.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my prediction as well. I said 2-1 as well.
Well, the things we just sort of start as we meet to start and just keep the tempo up, keep it going, and see where it takes us.
Yeah,
but we saw. I think what Wilder's going to do is he's going to get Sheffield to get more in our faces more, and remember he's got a benefit of making substitutes as well. But it looks like when his first choice players are not in the side, they kind of struggle.
I mean, they've got that Musa on the bench. He scored against us in the league. He's a decent player, him. I'm not sure why he hasn't started. He's better than McGoldrick, surely, for them, you'd imagine. So he's going to probably bring him on, and he'll probably cause us some problems, if he comes on. I'm a bit concerned about that, maybe. But
yeah, I think it's their game plan, really, because I think with McGoldrick, what he does is that him and Burnley kind of it's the kind of work rate where it's not just so much the running, it's where they can hold the ball up and they can come out and kind of drag our defenders out of their comfort zones and enable create space for their wingers and their overlapping centre backs. And I think that's why sometimes Moose say he's probably better coming to the bench. But with this like Project Restart and all the competition, it's all about the players, really. The players want to feel as comfortable as they are. They know that they don't really want to be playing in this heat, and so they probably the ones who demanded that we want more substitutes, more rest periods, and the water breaks. And I think that's why we're getting a lot of like I said, stoppages in matches.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I don't really like it. It's too stoppy start, isn't it? It takes away a lot of momentum in the game. I'm not 100% a fan of it, but I suppose it's what it has to be, maybe in the circumstances.
No, I think it's all about player comfort because at the end of the day, we as fans want our football back. Like the executives want to get paid, but at the end of the day, if we the most important people who lay the golden eggs are the players. So whatever the players want, they're going to get now. If a player wants maybe chocolate bars, they're going to get in it now because this is all about. They know that without them, nothing happens. So I think football's meeting them halfway.
Yeah, possibly, and like you said, that's probably what needs to happen. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of it, really. I think football's has always been about the speed and the pace and the power and not having breaks every 10 minutes. You know what I mean? I just don't really like that, but it's what it is, isn't it? We just have to get used to it, I suppose, between now and the end of the season, and hopefully next season.
100% we have to. I think
things get back to normal with a bit of luck. I'm just gutted today because I had tickets for this game. I really wanted to go and would have been great. But anyway, never mind. Next season.
Definitely. But Alec, Dean, are you in Australia? Are you from Australia?
Yeah, Sydney.
Yeah. So Sydney. Oh, lovely place. I love to come one day. But in terms of like crowds back in stadiums, what's the situation with Australia? Because I know I'm watching a lot. I love watching your rugby. I love watching the rugby league. I've noticed that. Yeah, I've noticed that even when they were playing them a month or two ago, there was a lot of the crowd noise. But what's happened with crowds coming back to into stadiums in Australia? Because I know in New Zealand they're having virtual full crowds out there.
Yeah, with the crowds over here, I think we've just got some members. Some members are allowed in to watch the game, but we can't have a full stadium at the moment.
You wasn't really as badly affected by COVID though, was you there?
No, we only had about
100
deaths in like 5 or 6 months, so it was pretty good over here. Yeah.
Maybe we should all move over there.
What do you think? What do you think is to do? Is that still you getting locked down, or was it because of the weather out there? Weather.
It would have been winter there, though, wouldn't it? It would have been winter. It's winter in Australia now, isn't it?
It's winter now, but the virus hit when it was summertime. Maybe, the heat did play a part in it. I'm not too sure. Yeah.
So I think we're very complacent in this country. We knew about it as early as probably December, and we were watching over in the news, and we were saying it was in other countries. And I think we only turned to panic a bit when it went to France and Italy.
I still don't think it's been as bad as it's been portrayed. Anyway, I honestly don't.
I think a lot of people feel that as well. I think what's happened is that you've got to look at some of the death certificates. And my question is, and I don't want to, because there's definitely people who've had it. But what I'm trying to say, why now? Why now? And why this year has there been a pandemic? What is so different? What is so different about this season? Why are they so sure that it will never come back again? And that's one of the situation, because they're saying it's not flu, it's something else. But has it just been with us all the time and just only been detected this year?
I just find it. I find it all a bit strange. Where every year, lots and lots of people die from flu. No one's cared before. We haven't had to stay inside. We haven't had to do all this, and now suddenly they've got this other flu, which isn't flu, but it is flu. Suddenly, we've all got to stay indoors. We've all got to not go to work. Everything's shut. It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. And more people have died this year, but look at the ages of the people that have died. They're all in the older category, aren't they? They're all in the vulnerable category, and it's not like it's not really affected the general population. I mean, obviously anyone who dies, it's terrible, but it's not. When you look at it, most of the people that's or the vast majority of the people that's died are maybe people that have retired and not working anyway, and yet all of us have had to stop working when we've not really been in danger of it, have we? It doesn't really make sense.
I was just going to say, you're not supposed to quarantine the healthy. If you're healthy, you should be out there.
Everyone was.
That's a good point. Then
they should have. They should have
like that.
Yeah, they should have put people. The people that should have stayed indoors were people that were in the vulnerable categories, whether they're old, whether they've got other conditions. They needed to be kept safe. Everybody else gets on with it. Everybody else develops immunity to it. Every year there's flu goes around. If you get flu, you might be ill for a couple of days, and that's what they're saying about this COVID, aren't they? Most people that get ill only get a mild illness. Why have we all got to shut everything down on the fact that most people are going to get a mild illness? It just doesn't make sense. Old people have always been vulnerable from flu. Every single year they have been. And yet they haven't done anything to stop it before. And in England in particular, what they did was they put a lot of people that were ill from hospital back into care homes. So all the people, most of the big numbers of deaths that we've had have been in care homes because they all got sent back from hospital because they wanted to keep the hospitals clear. The whole thing has just been a complete mess. And unfortunately, our country is going to suffer massively now to try and get out of it again. I mean, you guys in Australia are probably lucky, actually, because you haven't suffered as badly. So you'll probably be able to recover quite quickly, hopefully. So I think we'll all be moving there soon.
Well, the thing about it is it's a threat to the economy. It's everything. So everything's just shut down. And that's what's kind of scary. Is like, for instance, I don't know what it's like in Australia for you then, but in England, if any of us broke our leg or got injured, we're scared. We're basically told, don't bother calling us or go in hospital now. That's the message
we were for 2 or 3 months. We were,
yeah, and we're being asked to define what is a serious injury and a serious illness. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people have died because things like cancer treatments were cancelled during the pandemic.
As well.
So that's going to have led to a lot more people dying that wouldn't normally have died because they've been denied the treatments that they needed. And the whole thing's just been a complete mess. And I just can't really get my head around it, to be honest.
Well, the thing about the whole thing as well is that healthy people who are healthy physically but not mentally are going to be destroyed by this.
Of course.
The inability to have access to counsellors, access to actually human contact. And situations where they're worried about losing their jobs or feeding their family. You're going to see a lot of people now who may be made redundant, who are going to be forced who are going to take what what we call it's going to take their final solution because they feel that there's nothing.
Exactly. What's one of the biggest killers anyway? Suicide. And this is going to make that higher, isn't it? It's going to make it worse. And more people are going to die, not because they've got COVID, but because of all the other stuff, the restrictions that have gone on because of it. That's going to kill more people than what's been saved, technically been saved by all this lockdown, which probably hasn't really saved anyone.
Yeah, so many people. Go on, Kenny.
No, I was going to say, I was going to hear what you say. Yeah, go. Yeah.
I was just going to say, like, so many people lost their homes, their businesses, all for a virus that's got a 99% recovery rate. So
yeah, exactly. The whole thing
I'm very skeptical.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? None of it. The reaction to it doesn't really necessarily relate to the reality of what it is. Like you said, 90% of people don't die, do they? Most, and if you're younger than maybe 65 and you're healthy, you're probably not going to die from this, are you? Which is a vast majority of the population of the world.
Yeah, like from what.
We're back.
All
right.
They've come at the second half, haven't they?
Yeah.
I can talk all day about this stuff, Ben. I'd rather not, though.
True. Yeah, of course not, mate. We got a football match to it, but I was just interested in what was going on in Oz because I was just thinking, surely they're doing this better there.
It's not as densely populated Australia, is it? I suppose than what we are as well. That probably as a factor. But yeah, every other country in the world's dealt with it better than we have. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Our health system here is pretty good. And our hospitals were empty anyway, so
yeah. See, so that's helped as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because we stopped all those elective surgeries and all that, so the hospitals were empty.
Yeah. See, that was a problem that we created by almost pretending that the hospitals were going to be overcrowded, whereas you guys probably didn't have that problem, did you, in the first place?
Yeah, but on the news right now, they're talking about a second wave coming in, and
we've got in that as well now the last few days.
I think this has been the second wave, because this all started probably October last year, and then I think it died down, and then this was the second wave that we've had, and historically shows the second wave of a pandemic's always worse. So I think we've had that, and it's going to come back. Of course, people are going to get flu in October, November time again. It's obvious they will, and then they'll blame it all on COVID, and they'll be waiting to shut everything down again.
Yeah, I don't think I can deal with another lockdown.
Well, I'm not going. I'm refusing to have one. I've refused this one as much as I could, but there's nothing you can do when everything's shut, is there? You know what I mean?
True.
When they shut everything, what can you do? You're stuck, can't you? But
I was lucky enough to still be working, but like I couldn't play football or go to the gym or anything. So
we still can't.
You start to get a bit restless.
Yeah, we still can't go to gyms. Not allowed, even after this week.
You know what?
Can't play five-a-side. Ridiculous.
Our football starts next week, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I can't wait for us to start, but there's no news of when it might be yet. I can't wait for the gym to open. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah. And you know what? You know when you go to the gym, it's going to be different now because the other day, a lot of people go to the gym for a sauna. They can't have a sauna, for further notice.
People will be scared as well, People will be scared as well.
You're only going to have a 1 hour slot as well. So
I know you are,
someone like me who loves a nice hot shower after a sweaty workout, what am I going to do?
No, I know, that's going to be a problem. But I suppose at least they're going to be open, which is better than not being open, I guess.
Yeah, well, it depends. You're going to have to go one nearby rather than a decent one further out.
I've got one up the road anyway, so I'm all right.
Yeah.
Just when it opens
again.
Yeah, exactly, when it opens,
Yeah. My gym's literally a 20-minute bike ride, so...
Yeah, Sheffield United have come out with a bit of purpose, but
yeah, they have. He's got them fired up, hasn't he, Chris Wilder? He's got them fired up for the second half, which you can understand. Of course, he's going to, isn't he? Because it's an important game for them. So, but if we can just weather this, get through it, and then hopefully we can get a foothold back in the game like we did in the first half, and then hopefully we'll create a few chances and get the second goal, and then it's happy days.
Yeah, but I think what they need to do is for Sheffield to get back in the game. they're going to need someone like McBurney to get back in the game.
Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again.
Probably his phone died. Probably.
He never does that during a quiz. Have you noticed? He never drops out during a quiz, does he? Only when watching the game.
Maybe YouTube kicked him out for talking about the coronavirus.
Yeah,
we'll probably get shut down now. The whole channel will get shut down.
Damn it!
Hey, unless it's not mine.
Don't start talking sense, or we'll shut you down.
Exactly. Well, he's just coming through. Right. Come up. Here we go. And him back. Yeah, you're back again, Kenny.
Back.
No. What's happening is that someone of them sent me something, sent me something about coronavirus, and I stupidly because I was want to break because I was a bloody man who brought the subject up. Just started to open it up. I should never have done that. I should never have brought the subject up as well.
David Luiz is injured. I don't know whether
Big Rob's coming on. He's actually played it well, so we're gonna miss that. We're gonna miss that sort of passing ability from the back.
He's played well, David Luiz. He's had a good game, which I'm pleased about because I do like him and I do rate him, and I think he's an important player for us. And it's good to see him back on top form, really, because he.
But if you notice, nowadays with a lot of players now, is if a player gets a knock, regardless of whether it's serious or not, they just get substituted because they've got a luxury.
Yeah, they don't want to risk it. Yeah, exactly.
Games coming thick and fast together, and the fact they've got 5 substitutes as well. Why risk it?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's a good policy, really, to do that because it's not worth, like you said, with a lot of games coming up, it's important that try and get everybody fit to play, and it's pointless playing on with an injury like you maybe would have done normally.
Yeah, I think it's all about player. Again, it's all about player perseverance and player demands as well. You know, you're asking if they're basically saying you're asking us to play these games at these sort of times. Also, some of us are still worried about the hysteria about what's going on in the world. If you want us to play, then we want this, and that. I'm sure, like the captains of each Premiership side and Championship side have probably had a conference call with the chief executives of the respective leagues and thrash those sort of demands and got them. And,
definitely. Yeah. That would have been what all the meetings for Project Restart are all about in the first place, weren't they? To work out the best way to get it done. I mean, realistically, if they'd had to wait another 2 or 3 weeks till they could start, they wouldn't have got it done. They wouldn't have been able to play the games because we would have gone into the end of August, wouldn't we?
Another thing as well is that at least the thing about it is that they were honest as well. Someone like Steve Parish, the Crystal Palace chairman, was 100% honest. We need the money. We'll go out of business. And I think he was the first person in power that actually initiated it. And it's the reason why we're having football is mainly down to him.
It is about the money. We know that, right? Which is fine. But ultimately, there's a load of other businesses that have needed the money to stop them going under, and nothing's been done. And it's not. It doesn't make sense, does it? Why is football more important than people's livelihood? You know what I mean? I don't understand that really. But anyway, we've got football now, and we're going to be in the semi-final of the FA Cup, so I'm going to try and enjoy it.
I've just seen a Pat Jennings moment. From Dean Henderson. He's taken a goal kick, and it basically nearly caught out of Martinez.
It is windy there, though, isn't it? It is windy.
Yeah. The last person to score from a goal kick, direct from a goal kick, was Steven Grušević, I believe.
Jeez, that was close.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah, Steven Grušević in 1986. So it can happen.
Did he get a hand on that? No.
I think it hit the crossbar. I think, but from the first time, it looks like he got handed. Yeah.
Imagine that had gone in. The meltdown our fans be having right now.
Oh God.
Trust me. You know what? You know what?
I see it now.
I think what a lot of fans is that our emotions. The worst time to interview a fan and the best time to interview a fan is straight after the final whistle.
Yeah.
We've seen you on Arsenal Fan TV, so we've seen the reaction after the game. You're never at your best, are you? No one at that point. especially when we've lost.
No, I don't know. I think I don't know, man. That's true. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, and a goal for Sheffield United. Equaliser for Sheffield United. Oh, it's been called off. Sorry, false alarm.
Don't do that.
Far out.
Sorry, it has been disallowed. It's another disallowed goal for Sheffield United.
Oh.
A great cross by Ollie Norwood. But again, a Sheffield United player is in an offside position. This time it was McGoldrick.
Again.
Sort of Eagles put the ball in. It's saved by Martinez. He's headed the ball back from the rebound, but McGoldrick's in an offside position.
Yeah.
So that's twice. They got it too early for a free kick situation.
They say things coming through as well.
I'm just waiting for the lucky Arsenal comments to come.
Oh, of course we will, especially from
it's checking for disallowed goal now. It's checking for disallowed goal, but McGoldrick does look offside. It's checking for disallowed. There's no way this goal's going to be given. If you look at it, I think Ender Stevens knows he's offside. Yeah, it's no goal against. So McGoldrick's gone out early.
Oh, I see what you mean,
he looks offside. Yeah, I've just seen it.
Yeah. So it's one of those wretched chefs set pieces where they whip a ball in, make sure they got enough bodies in it, and they get little scraps and put it in the net.
Actually, you know what? Was that McGoldrick's original shot? Yeah, because McGoldrick was offside, wasn't he? The guy who scored, it was McGoldrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the goal in the first half, he was the first person to move as well.
Yeah, so McGoldrick was offside. It wasn't the guy who scored. He wasn't offside.
Yeah. It's when Lundstrom got his goal disallowed. But Sheffield are getting a bit of confidence. And you know the guy Berg who's just who came on for Lundstrom's on the ball now, but it's gone now to Ender Stevens. Yeah, so Arsenal just keeping their positions. Lacazette is making himself a bit of a nuisance and getting Sheffield United to move the ball a bit quicker, which they probably don't want to do. Want more time on the ball, but they are getting those overloads down the flank, the right hand side.
I mean, I think it's just shown that set pieces are going to be where we're going to be vulnerable because they've scored 2 goals from set pieces that fortunately have been offside, and that's going to be where we're going to be vulnerable, I think.
And there's another cross. Game. Oh, he's got to put that away. Sheffield United should be 1 up legitimately this time. A great cross has been gone in, and Basham has found himself the furthest man forward, and he's managed to head the ball wide. It was actually a cross. It's by an Ender Stevens. He's put a great ball in. Basham this time is onside, and he's lost Kieran Tierney. He's put the header in, and it's gone wide. He's got to put that away. If Sheffield United have any ambitions of getting Wembley, he should have actually directed it with the sort of the left-hand side of his temple, but he's actually hit the right temple and gone wide. He should score now. So we are treading danger. And as we speak, we've given the ball away, and Sheffield are on the ball again. But a good recovery tackle by Xhaka, and now he's put us away. And now we've got Pepe into lots of space, got bodies forward. Look up, son. Oh, he's cut back in. Oh, Xhaka's got the ball. Oh, he's gone down.
Good tackle.
How did he miss? I've just seen that.
Interested. So Sheffield United are again in possession, and they managed to create another overload down that right hand side. But he's not but Bernie, but great save by Martinez. Sheffield United. This game is opening up now, and it's becoming the cup side that we thought we all wanted, but not kind of. I mean, to
be fair, I think Martinez would have saved that Basham header.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
If it was on target, he would have saved it, wouldn't he? Because he was there.
He had the post covered.
Yeah, he did. I think he would have saved it. He should have put it on target, but I think he would have saved it.
But it's one of those things where you still would be upset if Basham didn't put that in the net, even though Martinez is in good position.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, he's got to hit the target. He's got to hit the target, and he didn't. But I think he would have saved it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for a substitution. What do you reckon?
We seem to be under pressure, don't we?
Yeah.
I know we just had to bring Holding on.
Well, Dave, Sheffield United are taking your advice, not Arsenal.
Even Kieran Tierney came off in the 70th minute in the last game. I don't know if he's going to last the full game for this one.
Well, he had cramp, didn't he? That's never.
Yeah, he had a cramp.
When you got cramp after 70 minutes.
Yeah, Freeman's come on for Baldock, Sheffield United.
Because I don't want Arteta to make 3 subs in one go, because it kind of ruins the momentum of the team.
It does. When you've got 5
kind of rule when you make substitutions? Is there a rule in the FA Cup or this Premier League, or is it just Premier League where you?
It's the same. It's all the same.
Same for everything. Yeah, there's the same for same for.
So like when you bring 3 on, you have to do it in the last quarter of the game.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I think you can just bring on whenever you want.
All right.
Yeah, I think you just get 5.
Yeah. I know you get 6 substituting extra time in this competition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Eddie's warming up, and Danny Ceballos as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Danny Ceballos! Oh my God, no! Great technique, but what's happening is that he slows the game down, and he goes walkies when the opposition is on the attack. So
He's got no pace.
Yeah.
I've not been impressed
had a word with him.
And he can't defend either.
No, not at all.
No.
He was at fault for one of the goals against Brighton.
I can't understand why Ozil's not getting a game.
Ozil's not getting a game because the simple reason is that the board have basically given managers carte blanche to say get rid. They can't afford to have him in the club. Football's a ruthless business. If you're offered that sort of money and you're performing, then it's a no-win situation. Well, you're not performing on a consistent basis.
Yeah, but he can't
perform. The Champions League.
He can't perform when he's not on the pitch, can he?
Yeah, but when he's on the pitch, he hasn't produced the results that we've wanted since he's got his contract. And it's an experiment that Arsenal can't afford to make now. If the simple reason, the sacrifices have to be made, and he's the biggest one. It's a shame because his talent is there for everyone to see. But since he's come to Arsenal, it's one of the things where expectations have outweighed the delivery.
But I still think if you want to sell a player, you've got to play him. Who's going to buy Ozil now when he's not played? Is he? He's not played since March. Who's going to buy him?
But the thing is, but at the moment, in this type of stage of Ozil's career, you're not buying a footballer. You're buying a commodity, and that commodity sells shirts. I'm sure if he goes to a club in Turkey or goes even back to Germany or even to the Far East, he will sell shirts. Ozil's a massive name in world football still, and I think that alone would guarantee a club being interested. Obviously, they're not going to be able to afford his wages, but they'll find a way if they can, do some sort of commercial deal to sort of fund his wages and his transfer. But moving forward, he has to go.
Well, it's looking that way, isn't it? He's got to go if he's not going to play.
Yeah, I think Mikel Arteta can't afford to fit him around the
What he's got.
Yeah, fit him around a round hole. He's a square peg around a round hole when he plays in the midfield. Because Dave, you look at our front three. Alongside either Aubameyang or Lacazette, there is pace there, and Mesut doesn't offer us that. You know what I mean?
No. I mean,
even though
and Eddie are now coming on. Oh my God,
he's not worth it. He's not worth the money. Even when he plays for us, the home games, he doesn't play a full game. He doesn't play away games. He can't defend.
Exactly.
He can't run. So get rid of him.
I completely disagree with all of that. I think he's a fantastic player, but he hasn't got the players around him to bring the best out of him. He's not a defender, is he? It's almost like criticising Martinez because he doesn't score enough goals. Do you know what I mean? He's not a defensive player, is he?
Look at Bruno Fernandes. He came into the Man United side and completely transformed them, whereas Mesut comes in our team and it makes us worse.
I wouldn't say it makes us worse.
He's definitely. I think the thing with Mesut Ozil, I think the thing with Mesut Ozil is that when Arsenal do play and we don't win and we struggle to break teams down, he becomes a better, more effective player than what he actually produces. Because the thing is, the first thing you say, well, we didn't have any creativity. If Mesut Ozil was in, he would have found that pass. But when he actually invariably does play, he hasn't able to produce those numbers that we think he should be producing.
Okay. Willock and Lacazette are coming off as well for Ceballos and Eddie.
No, Yeah, that's it. They've both come on. So we've made a change. Both of them run their nuts. Sorry, work their nuts off. Sorry,
Yeah, no, they have.
sorry,
I think that's Willock's best game for a while, actually, to be fair. I think he's played well. I mean, Lacazette's just got the arm. Jack
you know
just
what?
got the arm band,
United, with those long throws, they're at it again. We can't deal with those long throws into the box. They're like corners, man. I think it's like Rory Delap is reincarnated.
Yeah, it's Stoke all over again.
Yeah, but what's happening is that they earn me from McBurney. It's causing a bit of panic, and what's happening is that we're having to defend the second ball. That is where Sheffield United may be getting back into the game.
Lacazette didn't look very happy going off, did he?
Yeah, he feels there's a goal in for him.
Yeah.
He's actually playing well, but we're going to need Lacazette for other adventures this season.
Hopefully, the semi-final of this.
Well, let's see what Kirituni does with this cross. It's a great cross, but we haven't got enough bodies in there. And Jack has shot with his right foot. Jack has just hit a 30-yard of his right foot, and it was going straight in, but it hit one of the Sheffield United defenders. It was like a rocket. Yeah, look at it. Jack has just had the shot.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it would have made it's been blocked, but it would have Henderson would have had his work cut out. I'll tell you one thing, right? McBurney is roughing up their defenders.
Yeah,
he's playing out there.
Fucking yeah.
Trust me, we need to double up on Ender Stevens, because Ender Stevens right now is causing a lot of problems for us. A lot of problems down that left-hand side, and also in terms of set pieces and throw-ins. We're in Sheffield United are still not out of this game, and they're playing a lot better. But time's running out for them, because what's happening if we get that second win, we can take the game away from them.
No, I think they're definitely in the game. They've been the better team second half. It's actually very similar to the Southampton game, isn't it? It's very similar.
Yeah, I think Sheffield United is probably giving us a bit more trouble than Southampton did the other day. I'll tell you one thing, Richard, we've got that thing you don't like again.
What's that?
Find out in a few seconds when you catch up with us.
Oh,
Ryan's seen it.
I'm about around the same time as Richard, so I've seen it in a second. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the drinks break. Yeah,
I might as well have one too.
Why do they need a drinks break? It's a goal kick. Just have a goal kick. Do you know what I mean?
Well, but the thing is, we say this, but it benefited Chelsea midweek to give them. I'm going
to have my drinks break as soon as everyone else is.
Oh dear.
I needed that.
Oh.
Mind you, that might help us, because Sheffield United have had a lot of momentum going in the second half, and this might maybe break it for them.
Is anyone
I don't know what Nketiah wants to think for. He don't just come on.
Travelix has got a nice pack in his knee.
Oh no.
Which means nothing.
It's only Louise. Thought it was one of the youngsters.
We're going to need a lot of them in the future.
Yeah, probably just a muscle pull or something stupid.
I'll tell you one thing about Ollie McBurney, right? I'll give you one thing. He is a worker.
He is a worker, yeah. I mean, he's almost an example, isn't he? He's almost an example of a player who maybe hasn't got the natural ability of other people, but he's made a career in the Premier League just on the back of working hard.
Oh, go on.
We're
playing too risky at the back.
A lot of these players, a lot of these players are playing for Wilder when they're in the third tier of the English game.
Yeah.
So they come up together, they grind together, and they've earned it right. And what's happened is that he's played a system which he knows that suits them. He hasn't tried to change it because they're playing the Premier League.
Yeah. No, I mean, they've done well, but hopefully it comes to an end today.
Hopefully. I mean, there is history between our clubs, literally in FA Cup semi-final 2002, I think it was, or 2001. David Seaman, or 2003, I think it was actually. Sorry,
2003, yeah, it was. Yeah,
2003 with the save, and we were poor that day. Got a lucky
yeah, we
goal.
were. They were unfortunate that they got knocked out that day, but we just had a way of winning games then, didn't we? Back then, no matter how badly we played, we'd always find a way of winning.
Yeah, we literally had a squad that knew how to get out of a win. But yeah, David Seaman with that save.
With this team here, you can't necessarily see that, you know. I mean, I know the wind's probably played a part because we were good in the first half. Obviously, the wind's blowing down towards that goal, isn't it? Because you scored from his goal kick before when he nearly scored. And, you know, the second half, they've had all the pressure down there. So I think the wind's played a part as well in the way the game's gone.
But even Melina in the chat there is getting a bit concerned. She thinks it's a matter of when, not if, Sheffield score now. Because we're allowing them so much with the ball in the attacking third.
Well, no, we are, but we've defended actually pretty well overall. They've not had lots and lots of chances, have they? They've scored 2 offside goals. But other than the 2 offside goals they've scored, they've not really had a bunch of chances, have they?
No.
So I think we've defended reasonably well. The set pieces are where they're dangerous. As long as we can stop giving away silly free kicks and stuff and corners, I think we've got a decent chance of getting through. I would like a second goal, though, because it's getting a bit nervy.
Yeah. Even if that means bringing Aubameyang on for the last 10 to 15 minutes.
I would be tempted to bring him on anyway.
Apparently, Uber's warming up, apparently.
Maybe he's going to replace Tierney on the left.
Or Saka, one of the two.
Or Saka might go left wing back.
Played a lot of games, hasn't he?
Yeah, for young kid as well. That's the thing with Arteta. That's what I'm saying. Under Emery, he was keep using the youngsters, like overplaying them to the point that they have a burnout and they can't. And then whereas Arteta's actually coaching properly in the sense of he's not overplaying them. He's given them minutes, but he'll bring them off, okay, and they go again. So they're not having that.
Except Saka, who plays every game, but he deserves to play every game because he's brilliant, hasn't he?
In these 4 games, he's been our best player so far.
Well, he's been our best player most of the season, I think.
He doesn't seem to get affected.
No, he's very calm, isn't he? He just gets on with it.
Gets on with it.
That's another yellow for sure.
That was Eddie as well, wasn't it?
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
No, Eddie
Robinson.
I think Robinson's taking his yellow like a man. He knows he's out of order. No complaints. Just wants to get on with the game.
Ooh, didn't Eddie just do a foul on him though, didn't he? Just 2 seconds before.
Yeah. Right. They brought Basham's come off, so they're going to go to a back 4. It looks like, and they're going to play Billy Sharp's come on for Basham. So it's a bit desperate now. He's going to play like Bernie, McGoldrick, and Basham. It looks like, but it looks like what's happening is that Billy Sharp's going to feed off their little knockdowns.
They're going to.
So is it like a 4-3-3? Or
I think what's happened is that I think it's all about sort of McBurney and McGoldrick sort of still holding the ball up, and then what's happened is that he's going to make kind of late runs to be that man because they're getting a lot of joy with a lot of set pieces. As we speak, we've got Kieran Tierney's that. Is like I said, he's very dangerous down that left-hand side. He's putting some good balls, but we just haven't got enough men in the box. Kolasinac is given. Kolasinac is holding his elbow because he was taken out. He was taken out by Sheffield players.
I didn't even realise he was still on the pitch.
Trust me, mate. You know when Kolasinac's on the pitch, the mistakes happened. Yeah, McBurney shoved him over. Arteta's gone mad. So he's actually fallen straight in front of Chris Wilder on his funny bone, on his elbow.
Takes a brave man to have a go at Kolasinac, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then Roberts found out.
I don't know, when you're 1-0 up. Your goal was green.
Yeah.
You reckon he's milking it a bit?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He must have had a very, very dangerous childhood for actually go up and say you're pulling a knife. If someone pulls a knife and he goes, So what? Go on then. I've had
Come on then.
Have it.
He watched Crocodile Dundee, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's not a
I don't know.
knife.
He was very short. He was very short, so we don't know he had the bigger knife. Oh. That's one thing about Sheffield United. That's why you can't rule them out. Is that every delivery they've had, they've always managed to get a Sheffield United head has always managed to get on the ball. Obviously, not with the accuracy they're going to need to get back in the side, but they're always winning those sort of tackles. Though McBurney again has won his head, he's put the ball over the net. But guess who is marking him? Yeah, you got it. He's lost. Actually, it was Robinson, but he managed to lose his marker, Ceballos.
Oh, for crying out loud! God, he's physical play on the pitch.
And then Xhaka had to go and help out and help him out.
He looks like he's got about 2 kilos of gel on his hair. That's why he can't jump.
Yeah. I don't know. Good for me.
He does like his gel, doesn't he?
Here's one here from Russ. Klasnitz grew up in Glasgow.
Yeah, I think he must. Oh, talking of Klasnitz, he's touched the ball.
He's actually been all right today.
He's kept his position. He's allowed the Tierney to. He's managed to create an overload to help Tierney make sure that Tierney gets that space down the right hand side that he demands. I think Sheffield United has shown a bit of frustration and a bit of fatigue as well.
To be fair, though, they've given it a good go second half, and we haven't really got out of our half much, have we? We've not really had a shot on goal, have we? Second half, I don't think we have. Apart from that Xhaka one, maybe that was going in, got deflected.
Yeah. You've got to kind of remind Sheffield United as well, because they, like I said, they thought, you know what, stuff it. We don't mind it. Some teams will, in any sort of guess who's warming up?
Aubameyang.
The guy who hasn't signed a contract.
Oh dear. Kelly, do you think he will sign a contract, or do you think he will get rid of him this summer?
No. Ambitious players don't play for clubs that have got no chance of being in Europe, let alone the Champions League.
We're going to win the FA Cup. What are you on about?
We're in Europe. There you go.
Be the first trophy of his career, wouldn't it? If we win the FA Cup, I don't know what he's on about. It's not like he's won loads of things everywhere else he's played.
Yeah, but he thinks he rightly thinks he's one of the best strikers in Europe. We should be playing at a bigger stage. So we'll be glad that he stays, but he'll be an absolute idiot if he does stay at Arsenal. There's nothing happening at Arsenal for a few years, man. And why waste the best of your years of your career? Playing this rubbish.
I disagree. I think that we can build the team with Aubameyang in it for the next 2 years and actually, build around that. We've got some good young players. We need, his goals are going to be important to that whole process. We're not going to replace 30 goals, are we? We're not going to replace that.
Of course not. We're not going to replace 30 goals. But if you've made a point of saying, if a player's in the last year of a contract, if they don't sign, we're going to go. Then, and that player doesn't sign a contract, we've got to get a fee for him. We've got to think of a business. If they say we're losing money and we need to, then you have to recruit that money. And if a player who I believe probably should, for the sake of his career, leave Arsenal, let's make a good business deal for the club.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good business to get rid of your best players, is it?
You say that getting your best players, but you're not in the Champions League, which means you haven't got access to the TV money, you haven't got access to the ticket sales. Obviously, even unless to say we're assuming that there's no locked doors. There's loads of merchandise for the Champions League and money that we're missing out on. I reckon in the last 3 years we've probably lost about £250 million by not being in the Champions League. That is a lot of money. We've got 34. We've got 34 million by getting the Europa League in terms and getting to the final. But come on, 34 million against probably 75 million by being in Champions League group stages. A lot of money, isn't it?
I know, it is a lot of money, yeah. And that's why it's important that we get there. But Aubameyang staying is going to help us do that, isn't it?
It may do, but he's been there for the last 3 years and we've been nowhere near it. except for probably last season where only the players, the Unai players, including Unai Emery, know why we were favourites for third. We came fifth by a point. I don't know how that happened. Well, no, why it happened.
I'll tell you what happened, because when we played Crystal Palace at home, he played El Neni and what's it in midfield, isn't he?
I know, Guendouzi.
Guendouzi, and when we played Crystal Palace, we did the same at Everton away. We lost that game, and it's like that's why we didn't finish fourth. It was only a point off in the end, weren't we?
He bottled
Spurs decided to save themselves for the Champions League final. Save themselves for the semi-final against Ajax and the Champions final, which let's face it, it worked for them. It was a massive gamble which they took. But Spurs were from January 2019 onwards. They were there for the taking in terms of that third place. And Chelsea were just so inconsistent. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, it was. I mean, but that was in our hands, wasn't it? With 7 games to go, that was in our hands. That to have got fourth place last year.
You can argue that Unai Emery overachieved because with virtually the same players, this is what we've been served. Because the same priorities that Mikel's finding as well. Mikel still has the same Ozil question that Unai Emery has. He's still got a question about getting the best out of Pepe, and he's still got a question of us being good defensively without the ball. So, what's changed really since Unai's last season?
Yeah, I've just realised they've pretty sharp on as well, Sheffield.
Yeah. But the time's running out for Sheffield, and what's happening is that we're beginning to slow the game down as well. So it's killing their sort of momentum and morale.
Yeah.
Arteta said yesterday, didn't he, about game management was going to be important, and I think that we are managing this game well. We're not playing particularly well second half, but I think we've managed the game well. We are slowing it down. We're trying to take a bit of momentum out. We're giving away some not dangerous free kicks sometimes up the other end of the pitch and stuff like that to break the play up. And we're actually managing this game well so far. I'd still like a second goal though, because every time they get in the penalty area.
Well, Freeman Aubameyang, he's like I said, he's an equaliser from coming on. If you watch. They get the E-class that he comes on.
I reckon we should bring him on now.
Yeah,
he's got a good work rate as well.
Yeah,
I think what's happened, it'll make Sheffield Wednesday honest in terms of like they're going to be so scared of taking a risk with his pace. But at the moment, Kieran Tierney's got the up because he's gone 50-50 with Freeman, and Freeman's holding his leg, and they've given a free kick to Sheffield.
Well done.
Yes, it was actually an honest tackle. There
was nothing in that.
Yeah, but Tierney's he's lasted 85 minutes, Kieran. So more game time like that. It's just getting the lad fit because he's definitely a first choice left back for a good few seasons.
He's looking good.
And Pepe, who's been quiet, has put in Eddie Nketiah. He's cut in, and Nketiah's got tackled and he committed a foul afterwards. So that kind of like I said, break has just come to nothing.
See, we've pressed them really well actually. They're trying to play out from the back. We've pressed them and won the ball back. Well, they gave a free kick there actually against Tierney, but we'd pressed them really well there and won the ball back high up the pitch. And that's Arteta wants us to do that more, doesn't he?
Yeah, but as you speak, McBurney's on the left-hand side. He's putting a cross in, cleared by Holding, and McBurney's got the ball in. Is he waiting for one of those? He's waiting for one of those long throw-ins now. So it's going to be a long throw. You know what's coming. McBurney's getting in position.
Stoke 2.0.
Xhaka gave the ball away in the middle.
Yeah. And McGoldrick's done a little bit of a pirouette and he's created that situation. But it's Robinson again. It's a goal for Sheffield United. I'm sorry to say
for fuck's
it's
sake.
worked again. McGoldrick's equalised in the 86th minute. This is why the goal was going to be allowed. The reason why the goal was going to be allowed because the ball came with an Arsenal player. It's a throw on by Robinson. It's come off our defenders, and McGoldrick, like I said, industrious without being excellent, has scored a goal. It's actually come off Kolasinac. Look, it's Robinson. He's gone for the ball. It's come off. It's come off Kolasinac. He's trying to clear it, and he's cleared it against Mustafi. He's cleared it against Mustafi. He's actually volleyed it away. It's hit Mustafi, and it's gone into the path of McGoldrick, who's volleyed it from 2 yards out past Martinez. It's definitely a goal. It can't be offside because it's come of our players. Because he was in a kind of an offside position, but it wasn't. But it was our players affecting the play. 1-1, game on. And I think as we speak now, I think Aubameyang probably is going to be having to come on.
What was you saying about game management?
To be fair, I mean that was unlucky, wasn't it? I mean that clearance has just hit him, hasn't it? It looked poor. I haven't seen a replay yet. It looked poor defending, but
that was crap. Should have done better there.
I think what's happened is, but Kolasinac, I think what's happened is that Kolasinac has cleared it and against one of our players, and McGoldrick's been sniffing. But it was always. But the fact of the matter is now is that we've got to clear our heads and stop feeling sorry for ourselves because we don't want a situation where
he wasn't offside anyway. Tierney was playing him on. He wasn't even offside in any case.
Yeah. But even so, if the ball comes off two of our players, even if he's in offside position, we put him in an onside position because of the fact that we're the ones in control of the ball. But McGee, he's going again. He's trying to win another corner. And so it's another corner with Sheffield United. 88 minutes, 88 and a half minutes left. They're getting all their big boys forwards. Mustafi is looking feeling sorry for himself. Mustafi is having a go at Kolasinac for not clearing the ball for the goal. But they've got to clear out. It's right. It's Ollie Norwood has got the ball. It's in the coming up to the 89th minute. All the big boys are out there for Sheffield United. Got to have a winner there. Martinez has punched it out. It's come back to McGoldrick. McGoldrick's going to put a cross in. All the big boys up there for Sheffield United. One by it's actually won by one of their players. Oh no, Sharp! He's hit the post. Oh, he's gone for a corner. We are hanging on to this cup tie by a thread. And I've got 5% battery left, so I've got to log.
Oh my god! That was so close. We got lucky there.
We're so close.
United, looking at my lightning. Got another corner out. It's headed out by
Oh no, Martinez saved that.
Yeah. Oh, Martinez saved it. Let's have a look again. Because it's shot by Billy Sharp. It thought it hit the post. It looked like it's hit the post.
Man.
Jeez.
Oh, it looks like they're looking at Sheffield United's goal again.
Are they?
He definitely wasn't offside.
Yeah, but they're. I think what's happened is that they're looking at a free kick for Burnley, but because I think he's pushed the bias on the way to goal, but it's relative now because it's 1-1.
Giving it.
Sheffield United got it's a fair goal. I don't know what the referee's looking at, but at the moment,
well, they VAR in it.
Got their tails up. They don't want extra time. They actually want to win it now because they're on top. But guess what? Arsenal on the attack now, and it's gone to Pepe. He's cutting in. He's onto his left foot, but he's come back to Bias. He's going to shoot, and he's put 1-0. We won the game. We won the game.
Yes.
We won the game. 90th minute. So Bias out of nowhere has scored the winner. I think we've got 5 minutes of injury time to go. But Arsenal have gone 2-1 up against the runner Bay. So Bias has come on. The much maligned Joe Wearer. So Bias has scored. And Sheffield United got their hands in their heads. It all started with Saka. He's got the ball. Bias has got the ball. He's giving the keeper the eyes. He's playing past him.
Come on.
He deserves to be winning this game. Who cares?
No.
Pepe's lost. Tobias has gone under the overlap. Henderson's come out. He's put it in the corner of the net. 2-1
That's it now.
Game over. Unless United can get.
Well, you say don't
say it's game over yet.
I've seen it. What a goal! Get into Bias.
Please don't say it's game over because it's not.
Yeah.
I just think Sheffield United should have been 2-1 up because of through Billy Sharp. But now they're
2-1. 2-1. Come on.
Like Alibaba, thieves are going to nick the game. And the 40th thief is Tobias.
Sheffield United must be sick of playing us in the FA Cup, because every time they do, they play out their skins, and then we always get past them somehow.
Right,
That's a good little finish, that, isn't it? That is a good little finish.
5 minutes stoppage.
Arsenal bought a defender on now. They've got Socrates, Papa.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, what if we concede?
So they bought a
Oh,
right,
my
Sheffield United now on the attack. And now on the attack, it's gone for a throw into Arsenal.
Aubameyang's off. He looks pissed off.
They've got 2 minutes time left.
Oh, man.
But Arsenal, it looks like Arsenal have nicked James. That's surprised. Has pickpocketed Sheffield United when they did this, when they look like the likely winners, and it looks like we're going to be in the hat.
Okay.
But wait, 2 minutes left. Whatever the referee adds on.
Yeah, Kenny, as I was saying, Sheffield must be sick to death of playing us in the FA Cup, because since 2003 they've played us.
Definitely, but I mean, they knocked us out in the FA Cup in 1996, so they have beaten us before.
But every time in my lifetime that they've played us in the FA Cup, they've been the better team on the day and still lost.
Yeah. Oh, you're not talking about when like I said, Canu and Overmars when that throw. Remember that one?
Yeah, remember that one.
Yeah.
Steve Bruce was in charge, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was going to walk him off the pitch, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And guess what? We won the game, and Wenger won the game replay, which was very nice of him.
Yeah.
It was nice of him, yeah, but a bit silly.
You know what? The bookie still paid that. The bookie still paid that as an Arsenal win, even though Wenger decided to replay the game.
We still went through anyway, so I think.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Right, so Sheffield United are in their own half. The ball's with McGoldrick. They're going to have to kick this long. But they're trying to play football. Now, Henderson's kicked it long. Right, they're waiting for a Sheffield head. Come on, Arsenal head on there. But Sheffield United have managed to get the ball. Oh, it's got an Arsenal free kick. Basically, Fleck has gone in with Tobias is milking it, isn't he? He scored his goal. Now he's going to waste a bit. He's going to waste 30 or 20
Well, two FA Cup quarter-finals so far, 2 late goals.
Yeah, from the favourites. Well, I'd like to say the favourites.
Away from home as well. Two away teams winning with a late goal.
Yeah.
That looked like a pretty heavy challenge.
Oh, he's got that's a cookie.
Oh, stud straight to the stomach.
Oh, bloody hell.
I imagine being behind that goal. Right.
Please,
Yeah.
How good would that have been being behind that goal there where we scored when Ceballos scored that goal?
Oh, man.
The referee is not looking at his watch, guys. It looks like it's probably going to be another.
Fleck's already been booked as well.
Okay. That's a foul. Shot and free kick for Arsenal. He's fouled Socrates Papadopoulos. And time's running out for Sheffield.
They do put us through it, Kenny. They do put us through it.
Anxious, right? It still looks like someone. It still looks like someone's going shopping in Oxford Circus.
Oh dear.
Come on.
Ceballos needs to sort his hair out. I know that.
Is he blowing up? He's still playing. It's 96 minutes gone now.
Be like Brighton, wasn't it, when they played about 4 minutes longer than they should have?
You'll be glad to know that another big side is in the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
The FA Cup.
Another big side is in the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
Come on.
Get the calendars out. We're going to be neutral venues at Wembley. Arsenal and Man United are in the hat. Now, got 2 games.
Game over.
And we can watch without any concerns. Not really care who we play. Hoping Chelsea lose and hoping Man City lose.
Oh, imagine.
To be honest, I'm not bothered about anyone left in the draw really, because I think Man City have gone. So all they care about is the Champions League now. So I'm not bothered about who we get. We can beat all of them, any of them. Not bothered.
on a day basis, a semi-final basis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just depends if we turn up or not.
Get in, come on.
God for that. Well, there you go. We're going to Wembley. Yay.
Yay.
Hey, guys.
All right, Kenny.
Ben, Rufus, Ben, nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah. You too.
We'll do some more. Nice to meet Dennis.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Yeah.
Richard, love you loads. You only won the Christmas I was at. I'm going to have to love you and leave you guys now because I only got 5% of my feet. Thank you for inviting me to your lovely stream. It's always good to win, and I hope we go into the semi-final and get a nice easy draw.
Hopefully.
Maybe someone easy like Man City.
Yeah, that'd be good.
See you guys later.
See you later, mate. Take it easy.
See you later, guys.
See you later.
Oh, there you go.
Brilliant.
Our first trip to Wembley and do Arteta. There you go. Semi-final. His first proper season. It's like half a season he's had, and he's got a semi-final at Wembley. Behind closed doors, but still, the semi-final.
Semi-finals have got to be won, though, haven't they? It's all very well getting there, but it's got to be won. Whoever we get, well, the draw's later, isn't it? So,
is it today? Is it the draw?
Yeah, the draws. Apparently, I think it's half time in the Newcastle Man City game.
Oh, for crying out, bloody hell!
Is it?
I think so. I heard somewhere that it was.
Let me have a look.
But
I mean, why can't they do it wait till after the match? That make more sense. Everyone knows who's in the actual semis, and then not having to give the last team a motivation, so to speak.
I don't know. I mean, we're through now, so it doesn't matter really to us. But I mean, it would have made sense to have done it after all the games had been played. But I don't know.
Make us work for it. And hey, Richard, we're right, 2-1.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It was a bit nervy at times, but we got there. I mean, we're probably a bit fortunate second half if you look at it to have won. I think maybe a draw at 90 minutes would have probably been a fair result on the overall play, but we got our chance at the end and scored, and it's brilliant. I mean, I'm just gutted we weren't there behind the goal going mad, because that would have been brilliant. Last minute winner in a quarter final away from home. It would have been crazy.
Yeah, absolute scenes that would have been madness.
5,500 fans behind that goal going mental. That'd have been especially like just straight after they'd scored as well. It would have been brilliant
as well.
But anyway, it's
great confidence now going into Wednesday against Norwich, even though we're at home. It's Norwich. Norwich, as you saw yesterday, they did turn up yesterday and give United a game.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, I think that's probably the only game I've looked at in the league that I think we'll almost definitely win.
I think we'll win. But I'm saying if we won, obviously we took the win from Thursday and then lost today, especially in that last few minutes of the manner it was going, confidence-wise, that would have knocked off quite a few people. I mean, but we should be beating Norwich, and I reckon we will. I think it'll be a convincing win. I say that now, but we're through to the semi-final, and now the next up is Leicester and Chelsea at 4:00. So
I mean, hopefully, I would probably prefer Leicester to win, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and they've got the record.
But I'll say I think we can beat any of them anyway now in the semi-final. And so I'm not particularly bothered who we get, really. But it'd be nice if it was Leicester and Newcastle, wouldn't it? Then it would give us a little bit more easier way through, perhaps. But I think Arsenal, Man United, FA Cup final would be nice, wouldn't it?
I think that will. If all the big teams get through, that'll be the semi-final we get. If Kenny says Leicester to get through and Newcastle by a miracle, you'll see that suddenly Arsenal may not be kept apart for a big final, because like Kenny said, they ain't going to want a big one-sided final again 2 years on the trot.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't say it would be a massive shock if Newcastle beat Man City, I don't think it'd be a shock at all. I mean, Newcastle have got a great record against Man City, especially at home. The last two seasons, they've won and drawn. I mean, they've got a draw with them this season, so I don't think it would be that much of a shock if Newcastle were to win, actually. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did win.
I'd like to see Newcastle win, because I think that would be their first semi-final since they got 2005.
99, I think.
2005.
Yeah, they did. They lost one then, didn't they? Yeah.
And then, but before that, 99.
Yeah, they
were 98.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did win. I mean, that could be quite a good game actually as well. So I'll be watching that later.
That's on BBC as well, isn't it?
It is,
Newcastle,
yeah,
Man City.
yeah. I'll be
So I'll
cheering for
watch that as well.
Newcastle. So I
Oh,
want
of
them to go.
course. Imagine that you lose a title and then you have a complete meltdown and lose the other trophy that you won.
Well, I mean, it happens, doesn't it? It happens all the time. I mean, it's just
Almost
the way it goes, isn't it?
That unbeaten season, it almost happened to us. We knocked out early in the season by Bow in the League Cup, and then in the space of 8 days, we were on the verge of a treble. We went to all we had left was the league title because we lost to United in the semi-final at Villa, and then
lost to Chelsea.
And then Wayne Bridge turned up on the night and took us on our own turf. I think that out of all the Champions League exits I've ever witnessed, that one hurt the most because it was on our turf against a London rival.
Yeah, the one at Liverpool actually as well. When we lost 4-2 and we were 2-1 up, and then they got a dodgy penalty, didn't they? They got a really dodgy penalty. We were about to go through on away goals, weren't we? And then
what was it?
They got a really, really dodgy penalty. That was bad. I hated that.
Yeah, Theo Walcott would have run literally from about deep in our half all the way through and squared it to Adebayor bottom corner.
Yeah,
and I remember watching that. I was like, when Adebayor did that, I was like, we're done. We're going to the semis. We've done it. And then literally later, Ryan Babel falls to the floor and they get a penalty.
Yeah,
but I think again, looking at that was only given because it was at the cop end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was dodgy. That was dodgy penalty. But that one probably hurt me the most, I think, as well. I mean, the Chelsea one was bad because we could have won the Champions League that year as well. Because it would have been was it Monaco and Porto were the other teams left?
If we'd gone through, we would have had Monaco away first leg, home at second leg, and then Porto in the final.
Yeah, which we could have won that Champions League that year. So, but I mean, I suppose it's the same. If you get knocked out quarterfinal of any competition, you've got a good chance of winning it, haven't you? I suppose. And we've got knocked out a couple of quarterfinals in the Champions League. So, but it's what it is. Hopefully now, though, we're in this one. That's the main thing.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I'm just relieved. Again, as I've been saying since Arteta's come in, for him to put his sort of authority down, show that his methods work. For him to win an FA Cup or at the time Europa League, one of them two trophies would have been a fantastic start for him in his first 6 months because that then puts a stamper down, proving it. My methods work. Imagine what I can do with my own squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll have a lot more sort of sway in who we buy in the summer if he's won a trophy.
Yeah, whereas we didn't have that.
And we're in Europe as well, so let's hope that can happen. But I mean, there's still a long way to go yet, isn't there? There's still the semi-final and the final to play, so we'll have to see. But it's good that we're in it anyway, and it's a trip to Wembley. I know we can't go, but it's a trip to Wembley nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a semi-final of the cup that we dominate in at the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's our cup, isn't it? It's the one that no one's won it more than us, so it'd be nice to.
It's like we can extend it. I want us to extend it now because get us at 14, get us over to 13, because that's been haunting us when it comes to the league title. Since we got that 13th title, we've been close sometimes, but not close enough, and then now we're just way off, even getting near 14th.
And I think United, they've got 12 FA Cups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
12 FA Cups. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't have them winning it. Yeah, we can't have them equalising again because they seem to do it every time, don't they?
Yeah, literally, they didn't win it for years. They didn't even get to a final for 10 years, and then suddenly we won it. We took the lead over it in terms of winning it 12 times, and then all of a sudden, oh no, we'll get to the final next year and we win it back. And it's like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So we just go back a year later and won it again. So
yeah.
I mean, when the pressure, that's the thing with this squad. When the pressure's not on us, we get the results in the cup final, like we saw in 2017. So, how can you have that mentality and then not do it on a game by game basis constantly? It's frustrating as an Arsenal fan to see that consistency of this team for the last few years.
Yeah. I just don't know if this squad is good enough to win it. I don't know if we're good enough to beat even Man United at the moment. You know, and
we are good. I think we are good.
I know.
We saw yesterday Bruno Fernandes, if he ain't ticking, United struggle. Nullify him, they struggle.
We beat them, didn't we, in January?
Yeah.
I know they haven't lost since then, I don't think, but I think we can beat anybody. I think the whole league, anybody can beat anybody except for Liverpool, really. So I don't fear anyone left in it. I think on our day, if we turn up and play well and we're organised, I think we've got a chance of beating anyone. I mean, this was a tough game today. Sheffield United are a good team. They gave it their all in the second half as well, and we got a little bit lucky at times maybe, but I think we've proved today that we can win tough games. So I think we can beat anyone left in it.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to wrap up, guys, because obviously I've got dinner to do and obviously just chill for the rest of the day now and soaking up. We're actually in the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's good.
So, Dan, cheers for coming on, by the way.
No worries. Thanks for having me on.
Hope you can have you on again soon as well for another watch along or whatever. Yeah, I'll reach out to a chat and Richard again. We've won 2 now. We've won 2 games in a row.
I can't believe it. 2 in a row. It's unbelievable.
How good is it?
And we've got a good chance on Wednesday as well. So
are you around for that on Wednesday?
I should be. Yeah, I might not be till the second half, maybe, but I'll have to let you know. But I should
what time is that game on?
I think it's 6 p.m. UK time.
Probably not. It'll probably be in the middle of the night here, so I can't really make too much noise at home.
Yeah.
What time is it over there now?
It's 12 a.m.
Is it?
Oof.
Yeah. So I've got work in the morning too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're back. That's the next one anyway, and then obviously still got to decide with Mike the time for the next quiz.
Yes,
next Friday.
Indeed.
And then once I all know that, I'll put it on my social medias, and obviously anyone's involved will know anyway privately. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're in the semi-final.
Yes.
Until Wednesday.